The summer's on, and I've been living on the beach. Left my shoes and all my troubles far away. Been waiting all year to be here, to ride the wave of the water frontier. The ocean's warm and the tunes are chill. We'll stand here till we get our fill. We're working hard and we're playing hard too. We're gonna do what we gotta do. Time to go big or go home. And I ain't going home, 'cause summer's on. And I'll be living on the beach. Left my shoes and all my troubles far away. 'Cause summer's on. The ocean's underneath my feet. And if the sun is out, I'll ride the waves all day. Everything we've ever wanted's right here. Don't wanna blink just to fight the fear that our time will pass way too fast. And I'll be dreaming of the beach another year. We're gonna have the time of our lives. Days and nights with the sun in our eyes. And a wild tide under bluest skies, tearing up the shoreline. 'Cause summer's on, and I'll be living on the beach. Left my shoes and all my troubles far away. 'Cause summer's on. The ocean's underneath my feet. And if the sun is out, I'll ride the waves all day. We're gonna ride away. The summer's on, and I'll be living on the beach. The summer's on, and I'll be living on the beach. Left my shoes and all my troubles far away. 'Cause summer's on, the ocean's underneath my feet. And if the sun is out, I'll ride the waves all day.
Here we go. Awesome. We are here for it. Hold on. Let me bring my food back down to my level. All right. Now that my food is back down to my level, I'm going to expect Mafia to ask all the questions while I'm eating. But welcome everybody to Sand and Shadow, episode 26. Almost at the big 3-0 here, and I'm really excited about that. This is our homebrew D&D campaign set in the desert kingdom of Abu Kanasta. We are finally back on the material plane, where you guys...
it's been forever.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. But you guys finally made your way back to the material plane after successfully acquiring 2 relics that allow you to do specific things. One allows you to find any portal that leads to another that leads to another plane of existence of your that you can focus down on. It's a magic compass that does that. Basically, Captain Jack's compass that leads you to only interdimensional portals, and then you have a hand mirror that allows you to communicate with other hand mirrors or other mirrors that are enchanted with the same magic, sort of like a face cam telephone. I've actually created these items so you guys can look them up. Let me pull them up real fast to make sure I didn't mispronounce them because I made them like 2 weeks ago in a like a creative haze. You'd be surprised how often I do this. Just like in a creative haze, I'm just like, and then I'm like forgetting about it. Um, so one of them is called the interplanar compass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at least I thought it was. It might be intra by mistake. Hold on.
Yep, it's intraplanar.
God. Okay, that's the wrong word. I'll change that later. But in the meantime, you guys have that compass, and it tells you exactly how it functions. And then the other one is known as the mirror of communication.
Who wants to add these to their inventory?
And there's a problem with the mirror of communication. I haven't finished crafting it, but you guys can have it. And what it's supposed to do, the last sentence says, you can attempt to make it contact with a random mirror of communication, and then there's a random encounter table that you're supposed to roll, or that I'm supposed to roll, and then depending on what is rolled, that can happen because the mirror of communication can be from any plane of existence, can be anywhere. I just need to know what it is, but I never got a chance to finish the table because Baldur's Gate stole my soul.
Right.
So with Baldur's Gate stealing my
Same.
soul, where we last left off, you guys are at an oasis town called Thieves' Respite. There are multiple Thieves' Respite, but this is just one of the oasis towns that has propped up in Abu Kanasta. That's usually used by rogues, bandits, or just caravans that are just trying to make their way across the desert safely, and they're needing this place to regather themselves, resupply, or they're even selling their stuff here. And it functions simply as another town in the desert where people can just live in, but the majority of this place is predominantly a totally not a black market under the guise of this is a prosperous city on an oasis.
I see.
Or a prosperous town, I should say, because it's not big enough to be considered a city, but it's not small enough to be considered a village. So it is a town, like a hamlet, if you will. You
Like
guys were pulled here. Oh, like what?
Like Shakespeare.
Like Shakespeare, yes. You guys were pulled here through a use of a magical portal spell with the help of your wonderful friend and contact, Khasaar, the infobroker, who was disguised as this merchant here at Thieves' Respite. And you guys took it upon yourself that since you realize that you guys are not at a scarab city, but you guys are in fact here. Oh, well, thank you, Mafia. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the sub.
Yeah.
You guys were able to kind of come to an agreement that this is a good opportunity to get your bearings, resupply, figure out what your next step is. So you guys went shopping. Mafia, you finally got that poisoner's mask that'll help you out with all of your poison damage things, which I'm really excited about. I believe the rest of you didn't really do too much shopping. You more just were like babysitting, I think.
By and large.
Khasaar.
Yes, and then
Babysitting and investigating.
yes, you were doing some investigating to figure out what the nearest city was, if I recall correctly, right, Scorb?
Yes.
Did I give you that name? I don't believe I did.
Dakamal.
It was in Dakamal? Wonderful.
Yeah.
Somebody was taking notes.
Actually, that one I just remembered.
Okay, so yes, Dakamal is is the closest scarab city to this particular thieves' respite, and then Visper, in her infinite wisdom, bought a new pet to replace Geki, who was Sir Greckleton the Third, the royal apothecary of the Court of Spring. She bought a bullet, a land shark, specifically an Abu Khanastan bred bullet. These are much thinner and much more lean because they don't need that heavy bulk to cut through the sand like other bullets do with like hilly terrain, mountainous terrain, things of that nature. Instead, these are much more sleek. Think of them like mako sharks with legs. If you've ever seen what a mako shark looks like, these very small but very like thin and fast-moving sharks. And these things have these very long, almost like Doberman-like legs with these massive paws these massive claws that they use to sift through the hard dirt, but mostly used to like get through the soft sand very quickly. So she has just one of those that she bought.
Nice.
And where we last left off was she was doing an animal handling, but since she's not here, I am going to not make her character wildly flailing about as she failed her animal handling check the last time we were here. So instead, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just leave it at the part where you guys all reconvened at Khasaar's booth, and you just see Visper with a land shark.
Oh my. Not gonna ask. There's more important shit to deal with right now. Not gonna ask.
This is not gonna work.
Oh my goodness, that's
Long as she can feed it.
Where's she gonna house it?
That's her problem.
I'm sure the stables will probably have a space for it.
Visper is
I'm sure her
currently-
parents will take it.
Visper is currently
That would
like,
be.
you know how Emily Elizabeth from Clifford the Big Red Dog? I almost said Clifford the Cowardly Dog, and that almost broke my brain. You know how Emily Elizabeth hugs Clifford the Big Red Dog? That's Visper
Yeah.
and this land shark.
That's wild.
I bought him. We're keeping him. His name is Bobbit.
I forgot the name.
Yeah, Bobbit.
Bobbit the Bullet, and I'm stuck with that. I have a stat sheet right here.
Just a reminder that at any time you could have said no.
Nah,
Nah, I got you.
I wanted to see this chaos unleashed.
High risk, high reward.
Listen, as a DM, one of two things is going to happen. Either this thing lives up to be the hype that it's supposed to be, or it dies. There's only two options.
That's fair.
Fair.
Well, I guess it's a third option, but I don't like the third option, so...
Is Khasaar awake yet?
Khasaar's awake, yes. He wakes up,
Okay.
he sees the bullet, he almost faints again, going, oh god. Please, inside.
Yep.
He takes a cloth from his clothes and just starts patting his brow. You didn't think lizard folk could like sweat till you saw Khasaar.
Oh, he's just stressed constantly, isn't he?
This is just lizard stress sweat. That's fucked up. He goes, okay. So then, it is good to see you all back again.
Good to be back. It's that was not a great place.
What are you talking about? Everything went fine.
Everything went perfectly
Uh,
fine.
Quite a
Yeah,
few things did
I
not
mean-
go fine.
Things went better than they normally do.
Yes, that's true. Normally, something catastrophic happens. We managed to prevent that this time.
I need to remind myself to like edit this part of the video, and I just re-record bits of you guys crashing and burning. Everything went fine. Me just staring off into the distance. That whole clip plays. Everything was perfectly fine.
I mean, while we were in the Feywild, no one died.
Yeah, we even
Yeah.
killed a Jabberwocky.
Oh yeah, and
Visper's
Serena-
parents
or not
agreed
Serena.
to.
Damn it! Millennia holds up the scales and teeth she has.
What do you
You'll be
say?
fine.
What is a Jabberwocky?
Ugly thing. Barely legendary.
Well, Khasaar will take your word for it. So, what is your plans now that you've returned?
Well, we've accomplished what our merchant prince sent us out to do.
I suppose we
We've-
need to port.
I'm
When her.
Yes, we should absolutely find out how to get back with them. I apologize. Being in the Feywilds was actually rather draining, at least. So no, we'll want to report back to the Merchant Prince, and I suppose see what other leads we can find for the other things that we're currently investigating.
Yeah, we've got a couple things. We still haven't found that air genasi.
No, we have not.
Are you speaking of the one named Azir?
Yes.
Yes. Any updates?
And he quickly like looks out to make sure nobody's generally near the tent before he closes it up again. Khasaar has some information regarding the Erjanasi tribes. I am sorry to do this, given the circumstances, but and he rubs his talons together. You understand.
Well, we understand, Khasaar. Do we at least get a discount given our now storied relationship?
Of course, Khasaar always treats friends well. Simply 2 gold coins will do for today.
Oh,
That's
well, in
cheap.
that case, I'll go ahead and cover this.
And
All
he
right.
just sticks out his like gangly like claws out for the 2 coins to be put out. As soon as you deposit them, his hands kind of creak over, sort of like bones cracking, as he retracts them and puts them back into a coin pouch.
He's so gross. I love him.
He goes, "Please, follow Khasaar, and make sure to step on the runes before you leave." As he steps outside of the tent, you'll notice that he takes very careful steps to step on what looks to be a line drawn in the sand where the border of his tent is, and then he walks out.
I guess we'll copy him.
This is also the
Yep.
first time I think Melly met Khasaar.
You've met him before.
I think so.
I think you met him once before.
Yeah, you met him
Have
once
I?
before. Well, no, correction. You met Edna, his assistant,
Yeah.
the gnome. You have not met
Right.
Khasaar because he was out on business the entire time.
Okay.
That's
This
correct.
business.
This is the business.
Okay.
So as you step over this like line drawn in the sand, you feel this surge of energy kind of course over you and then quickly disappear.
Hmm.
As he makes sure that all of you step over the step on the line before you walk through, he goes, "Wonderful, wonderful." And so then, now nobody but us should be able to enter the tent now. Please follow me. We shall go to a watering hole nearby to speak of business.
All right.
So
All right.
he leads
Happily.
you. He leads you to the center of the oasis area. It's not that far. It's like 2 minutes away from his tent. It's because it's basically an open air bazaar, right? the oasis is the center of this town. But he leads you to this very large, blocky shaped building that only has a simple like a simple wooden sign swinging from it that shows a scorpion with its tail being replaced by a beer stein.
Nice.
And
Interesting.
and then he just walks and he opens the door to allow you all to walk in front of him. Please, just be seated anywhere.
All right.
As you enter into this little tavern like area, you see this place is packed with all sorts of different individuals. You see some Earth Genasi who look like they have like these large chunks of their body missing, or they're just cracked wide open. They're wearing thick pieces of armor wrapped over light pieces of cloth to get to beat the heat. They carry these large weapons. This is you can probably refer to these as probably mercenaries. You see a couple of other like fire and air genasi kind of mingling amongst their own groups. You see a group of dwarves who are just look like they are having a party because they're already like 3 beer steins in each,
Nice.
and there's 5 of them.
Lovely.
So you could do the math on that, and
My kind of guys.
yeah, but like for the most part, this seems like a very like to put it into perspective. This is very much a like old. It's like a desert saloon sort of vibe where like everybody's kind of rough and tumble, but everybody's minding their own business sort of thing. There is music playing in the background. It's very lighthearted, very jovial, but like nobody's really having the time of their lives except for maybe those dwarves.
See.
You do find an empty table near the bar as Khasaar walks up and grabs drinks for everyone. He sets them down, and it takes him about a while because he's got these gangly like lizard arms. He's not particularly like chunky like his kin, but he he has like 2 steins in each hand, and he's got like 1 stein each in his and then he's got like 1 stein held up by his tail because there's 5 of you. And he's just like, all right, here you are. Drinks is on Khasaar.
Thank you.
That's awful generous of you, Khasaar.
Your adventures have proven quite lucrative for Khasaar. The least he can do.
Ah, that makes sense.
It's a simple it's a simple mead. It's nothing crazy. It looks a little dirty, but that's about it.
Belly downs it.
uh,
Needed that.
So then,
Constitution check.
Constitution check for constipation. No, no need. But as Khasaar sits down, he looks over everybody just to make sure that everybody's cognizant. So there hasn't been any recent thefts since you departed, thankfully. But that doesn't mean there are no activities going around. Air Genasi have been moving in lieu of the migrations. They seem to be moving almost in an organized fashion. They're not migrating from one place to the other.
Hmm.
Do you know
Interesting.
of a monastic order of the Desert Wind by chance?
Yes, we are familiar with them. We actually believed them to be responsible for the attack on the 6th Company.
I see. Apologies once again for the circumstances.
There's no need to apologize for it. It is what it is.
Well, it is, according to Khasaar's information, the Air Genasi Azir has connections to the Order of the Desert Wind, and he seems to be seeking sanctuary with them.
Hmm.
Who's this guy you're hunting?
Azir. It's a long story, but the
Hmm.
short version is he committed a crime, we're pursuing him. This crime happened in connection with another one, involving a cult, some ancient evil, some cursed artifacts. One of our party, actually, from the initial investigation, got cursed during looking into those artifacts and went missing. So, we'd really, or at least I'd really, like to speak with Azir.
Gotcha. Thanks for the catch up.
There is a rumor going around that specifically Erjanasi children are being taken from all forms of confinement and brought along with the Order of the Desert Wind. Perhaps
That's
you can look into
precisely
that.
That's actually precisely what happened to the Sixth Company. We had captured a couple of children who were involved in some gang activity, thinking they were connected to Azir. They got busted out. One of them was sick. We were trying to get her treatment, and now God knows what's happened to her.
Khasaar sees. Perhaps Khasaar can do something about this. Are you familiar with the... There is no light way to put this. Are you aware of the slave trade going around?
I'd heard rumors.
Then you are aware that children are being kidnapped across all tribes in the desert, yes?
I was not aware of that, no.
It is intense.
Ellie's eyes
Yeah.
narrow intensely.
Not about that.
Yes, it appears
Nor am I.
that the desert wind is specifically taking out these slave traders and only rescuing the Erjanasi. Everybody else is of secondary concern. Khasaar can direct you to a slave route that he knows of. He had no means of engaging them at this time, but perhaps you could lighten their burdens, as it were, on his behalf.
I am certain we could consider that.
Please, then. And then he asks for your map that he may point in the direction of where they might potentially be.
I will go ahead and hand him the map.
So, on the map of Abu Kanasta, there's a mountain range that connects to the west part of Abu Kanasta to the rest of the continent. And he begins to draw like this dotted line route that connects through that mountain range, and he informs you that this mountain range is the farthest that he's able to travel before he loses sight of them due to the treacherous terrain that the mountains present. However, while within Abu Kanasta, he does point out that here at Thieves' Respite, this is a way station for these slave traders, but they tend to mask their cargo. He's here trying to uncover what that hidden cargo is, so that way he can make the right calls. He's been here for the better part of 2 weeks now.
Does Melly recognize that route? Like,
This particular route, I would say I'll let you roll a history check.
okay. 14.
On a 14, you would know that this isn't the route that you took to get to Abu Kanasta.
Okay.
Yours was more closer to the northwestern part of Abu Kanasta.
Gotcha.
So, with that in mind, so he gives you the map. He tells you why he's here, and he asks that if you wish to stop these smugglers, he requests that you stay with him. But if you truly need to go back to one of the Scarab cities, the earliest he can teleport you is tomorrow morning, when his energy is restored to him. But the
I don't
choice-
think we need. I don't think we need to go back that desperately, do we? We've still got some time before we need to check in with the merchant prince. And if this gets us
I'm in
leads
no
on Azir,
rush.
if this gets us leads on Azir, I'm in. Everybody else?
Sounds good to me. I'm itching for a fight.
I see no reason why not.
Onwards and upwards.
And who knows? Maybe we can even strike a blow big enough to put an end to this bullshit. We'll see.
as you
Dream
all-
big.
As you all agree to his offer, Khasaar raises his stein up in a very quiet cheer of camaraderie. And he goes, "To our continued efforts to better the desert."
Here, here.
You all clink your steins and take a swig, and I'm going to give each of you now a long rest. Because that's basically what you close
Hooray.
for the day. So I'm going to give you all a long rest. You notice that when you return to the tent, that Visper and Bobbit are sleeping right in front of the tent, making sure nobody enters the tent, but nobody's
Aw.
going near any of the other tents that's that's on either side of it either.
That's funny as heck.
And some of the merchants are kind of unhappy about it.
Right.
But who's
Um,
going to tell the girl with a bullet you
No.
need to
Move.
move?
Yeah. um, I did want to look around for a piece of gear really quick, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking for bracers of defense.
Okay. That is easy enough. Roll an investigation for me.
Alrighty. +1, let's go. That's a 4.
Okay.
I'm not gonna find him.
You look around and you do point out that you're looking for an enchanted set of bracers that could kind of potentially provide you more defense than what would normally be given. And
Yeah.
you do come across somebody who is willing to sell them to you, but it's at an exorbitant price. Like it's unreasonably expensive for what these things are.
There's also no guarantee that they're even the real thing.
Right, like unless you have identify magic, there's
Yeah,
no way
no.
of knowing. But he is proclaiming them to be bracers of defense, if that is what you're looking for.
I trust this guy implicitly.
Does
Guy's a fucking scammer.
he have like anything that looks kind of particularly fragile?
I'm gonna give you a perception check
Okay.
because that's something specific.
That's 16.
16. The majority of his wares.
You know, nah, it's not worth it. She
No.
just shakes her head and walks away. Back to the tent.
Okay. He
She
looks
was
a
going
little.
to do intimidation, but
He looks a little downtrodden, but he understands that this is not your market, and then he lets you go.
yeah,
So
I was going to break a bunch of shit, but no.
alrighty. So the next morning dawns. So the next morning dawns, and you guys slept in Khasaar's tent. He managed to create more space for you guys. He apologizes that he wasn't able to provide you guys with an inn, but he doesn't trust any inn here. So,
I
Totally
don't blame
fair.
him.
like, you are likely to get stabbed in the back by a bedbug as you are an actual knife. So,
Yeah, I actually appreciate the safety provided here. Thank you.
yeah. So as he begins to sort of set up some new displays for the shop, he says, you four go and provide, gather intel for Khasaar. I shall do so from here and keep an eye on young Whisper and the pet.
Kazara, by chance, do you have anything scent wise for kind of intel gathering? Like,
I
Jeez.
apologize. Khasaar apologizes. He only knows rumors as of this point.
gotcha. Okay. Just was wondering.
Yes. But perhaps your nose will prove more useful than you think, yes?
We can hope.
Well, before we get right into it, I do apologize. I do have to take care of something real fast. I was hailed, so I will be right back. In the meantime, though, if you guys want to mingle amongst yourselves, feel free to do so. Come up with a plan.
All right.
Well, I know that I'm going to have a bit of a difficult time investigating here myself, just given my general demeanor and, pop.
Yeah. You're not exactly fit out for this crowd.
Ember, what say you tag along with me and we can just kind of go speak with the people?
All right.
I can uh, do some investigation around.
I was going to say, I imagine both you and Melly will not have a difficult time.
Oh no, these are rough and tumble people. I'm almost at home.
This is not too different from places in the city, if a bit more concentrated. Scorb, ignore I said that.
I have other concerns at the moment. You don't need to worry about me turning you in or anything.
That's not what I'm worried about, to be honest.
Huh. Really?
Oh, myself, no.
Ah. Well, doing anything that gets in my companion's way at the moment is probably a bad idea, so I'm not really going to worry too much about things outside of what we're doing. Just don't do it in front of me.
On it, boss. Violet says actively stealing things every time we go any place. Like,
And Scorp never sees it!
yeah.
She has one of the beer steins in her bag right now.
She doesn't drink.
She just wanted it.
Not as in she doesn't drink alcohol. She doesn't drink, period.
Oh. You need
Water
to.
is not a necessity for an undead.
Yeah, but you're gonna get crispy. Hope everyone's been having a good day today.
I do too. My day's been alright so far.
I meant to do some writing today, and then I didn't. I played Baldur's Gate. Whoops.
I did good, and I cleaned before I played.
Yeah, I was gonna make some progress in Violet backstory, but whoops,
That's
whoops a
okay.
daisy. It's fine. I have time to write Violet's backstory stuff, but I do want to get it done because so that Acheon can have things to work with for making us cry later.
Oh yeah.
I can actually pull that up now so that it's an open tab and it will guilt me into doing it.
I'm glad that works for you. It never does for me.
I'm a person who likes having very few amount of tabs, so
Oh, I'm the
Uh,
same way. It's just I
having-
will just forget to close them.
Sorry, I'm back now.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Hello.
Sorry, it was a small thing, but had to be done.
All right.
Then. So,
Ember's away for the moment, but
that's fine.
Okay. So where are we going?
so
Gather
Ember and I
clues.
are. Yep, Ember and I are going to go and interview some folk.
And, what
And
will the
I
two of you
suppose-
do?
Violet, you want to split up or you want to go together?
Solving mysteries. You two are geniuses in the Feywild.
Let's split up. We'll cover more ground.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. So then I'm gonna ask, individually, what are you looking for in terms of clues? We'll start with Violet.
Oh shit.
You
I
could
wasn't
say
prepared.
You could say pass,
Yeah.
and I'll move on to
I'll
something
pass
else.
for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll start with Millennia.
All right. I suppose the clue that I would be best gathering is like looking for groups who are looking for bodyguards,
Okay.
like for cargo that is like hush hush.
Okay. So you're looking for caravan guard work.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How am I gonna word this? You can either do an investigation, or you can it's fucked up, but you could do a charisma, or you can do a persuasion to try to see if you can suss out any information related to such work.
Well, investigation is +1, which is better, so.
Okay.
Oh, welcome back, Jerry. Hey, that's an 18.
Yeah, pretty fine.
Hey!
So yeah, it doesn't take you too long. You actually went back to that watering hole that Khasaar took you, where you saw all these like mercenary-looking folks, and you started asking around. You kind of blend right in, given your scars and your giant ass sword. You got to fit right into most merc groups. You kind of ask around things like, "Hey, so I'm looking for some work, like guard work specifically. You got any info?" And you get a couple of people who were looking at you a little funny because they are just like, "Nah, I don't need competition," but they
Right.
end up relenting because it's just like, well, we could use an extra pair of hands. You get a couple of offers for some people that are heading into the city of Dakamal in order to just bring some cargo back in, but you also hear tell of people who are leaving Thieves' Respite and are trying to go beyond the limits of Abu Kanasta. You don't know if they're just going to go. You don't know if they are going to be hired for the full way through, or if they're just going to be hired up to the mountain range. But they do inform you that there have been people requesting for guards through the desert, up at least to the mountain range.
Can I push a little on that and figure out who?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You know that there are currently 3 groups that are
Yeah.
pushing. There's a well-established merchant group that you may not recognize, but for anybody who's in Abu Kanasta would recognize. They typically are the main export importers of the rest of the continent of Valor to and from Abu Kanasta. They're a pretty big merchant guild, but they do hire people outside of their company because nobody's really a fighter in their company. They're all merchants.
Gotcha.
Another group is sort of an up and coming group that you might have seen in your travels before finding yourself in Abu Kanasta, though they are entirely different. They just bear the same name. These are known as these particular individuals tend to stick closer to the water, but for some reason they're all the way out here. So it means that they probably are expanding their territory and they're looking to go even further, making their way further inland into central Valor. And then the last group is this sort of unknown group that's kind of that even the mercs are like it's pretty sketchy, but the money's good, sort of deal.
Gotcha.
They sort of sat there and like, yeah, they didn't really provide a whole lot of details. They just said, we're looking for at least like 8 to 12 mercs to guide us to the mountains, and then from there we'll transition off, and then having them do a round trip back here to Thieves Respite.
All right. Figure that's as best information as I'm gonna get.
Mm-hmm. So then we'll go over to Squorb and Ember. How are you two going to do your investigations to gather some clues?
Well, since I don't fit in here at all, I'm planning on following Ember's lead. These are her people more than they are mine.
Fair enough.
One second.
Mhm.
So she missed some stuff while she was away. Can we get her caught up real quick?
Yeah, no problem. So you guys have decided to Scooby Doo gang split the party, and you two are working on finding clues to figure out where these hidden slave traders are and where they're going. Frog discovered that there's at least 3 caravan groups that are requesting for security to from Thieves Respite to the mountain range. One of them is a really well respected and well known caravan group that specializes in importing and exporting goods within Abu Kanasta to the rest of Valor, which is the continent. Another one is an up and coming group. They're mostly just trying to expand their territory by the sounds of it. And then the last one's a really sketchy group, but the mercs say that the money is good. They just didn't provide a whole lot of details, and they're looking for a round trip back to and from Thieves Respite from the desert, from the mountain range to the desert, to Thieves Respite and back.
Well, pretty much the only way I can think of going about this is trying to blend in.
Okay, how do you blend in? I guess is the best way to put it.
Um, I'm gonna need a minute to think about that.
Mm-hmm. Like,
I need to strategize.
well, think of it like this. Let me reiterate. How does you blending in help with your investigation?
Oh shit! I need a minute to think about it. Honestly,
No problem.
I need to figure out how to approach the situation.
No problem.
Mm,
Would you like me to put Violet under the spotlight while you think?
Yeah, I
yes.
can. I think I can.
Okay.
Here.
Okay, we'll get back to you two in a minute. Violet, how would you like to do your investigation?
I would like to find some sort of like information person. Not quite Khasaar, but not Khasaar, but someone else who might have a more intimate relationship with these trade companies.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation for me. Or you can roll a persuasion, whichever one you think is better for you.
Nat 20. Let's go.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. For which one? Investigation or persuasion?
Investigation for a 23.
Wonderful. Okay, so as you kind of walk about, and you kind of have an eye for people who are sketchy. Tis the nature of your business. Um, and in your early days of living on Blaspheten, you had to kind of hide yourself and sort of act a little bit unnatural to seem natural, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Before you
Yeah.
met your group. Um, so in doing so, you have a knack for pointing out odd behavior and then recognizing it. Uh, you recognize somebody who's acting just a little bit different from the normal people, and that's saying something given how sketchy Thieves' Respite is by design. But they seem to like be fidgeting a little bit more. They seem to constantly be looking at behind their back or something, as if somebody's watching them, as if somebody's, you know, looking for them. And they eventually make their way into into a back alley. What do you do?
I'll follow.
Okay. Do you follow stealthily, or do
As
you just
sort
follow?
of. Yes, I'll stealth.
Okay.
I haven't gotten to stealth in a while. Fuck. I would like to inspiration for this
Certainly.
stealth. That's better. That's a 21.
Nice. Okay. So you easily blend in with the crowd of Thieves' Respite as you just kind of begin to like very much like that, very much how like in like old 2000 movies, how like you would see the person just walking in the crowd of people in the streets, and then suddenly they just disappear from view when something blocks the camera's view. You basically do that if we were watching a movie of Violet. Um, so as you disappear from view, you kind of dance your way through the crowd and make your way through, and eventually you find him in this dark alley. He appears to be speaking to something or someone that you can't see because his body is blocking them. You don't know if he's speaking to himself or if he's speaking to someone else because you don't hear a second voice.
Can I eavesdrop on what he's saying?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a perception.
Perception. 9.
Okay. It's hard to make out a lot of the words that he's saying, but you do hear the words drop off, trade, and then you do hear the word scratch, which you know is just slang for money.
Right. Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Um. Let's see. Let's see. Can I wait until he's done and just continue following him?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
So he kind of has this conversation for the better part of like 20 minutes until eventually he does inevitably stop talking, and then as he turns and leaves, you duck back behind cover, and then all you hear is and then actually I'm gonna have you roll another perception check to hear what he says in this last instance.
God damn it. 10.
Um, you could swear he says, "Praise be to desolation," as he steps out from the shadowy back alley into the busy streets where you are right now. And you can continue to pursue him. You don't have to roll a new stealth check because you blend in very naturally with the rest
Mhm.
of the crowd.
I'm using my hat to sort of change up my disguise every once in a while so he doesn't realize I'm following him.
Solid plan. You follow him for about another 30 minutes or so as he he begins to kind of like he begins to walk with a bit more confidence in his step. He stands a little bit taller. His shoulders are a bit more straightened now. He's not fearful of what's behind him after whatever was happening was being spoken. Um, as he makes his way into a shop. You've never been in this shop before, obviously, but this shop doesn't have an obvious sign either. If you would like to roll an investigation, or if there's something else you would like to do to try to see if what's inside the shop, you are more than welcome to do so.
Sure. 21 on
Ooh.
investigation.
You see a symbol etched into the very sandstone on the door frame, in between the door frame and the window of the shop. I'm going to give the. Oh, wait, are you? You're a level of rogue, right?
I've got 2 levels of rogue.
Perfect. You have been studying a little bit, but you have no formal training. But you recognize a rogue's mark when you see one. This is one such mark. But you don't recognize what the mark means, I would say.
Hmm. And it's marking this building?
It is marking this building. It is a circle with a diamond inside of it, with it almost looks like an eyeball within this. It almost looks like an eyeball that is marking this building, but it's just small enough to where it can't be recognized unless somebody's looking for it. But it's big enough where people can see it, and the desert wind hasn't degraded it at all.
Um, Stealthing inside would be very difficult, right?
You could probably do it. You could probably do it. Like the door, it's there's as far as you know, there's the front door, and then everywhere, and you haven't like explored the rest of the building exterior. But that's what you found. Unless you wanted to include that as part of your investigation.
Um, I suppose so. I'll include that in my investigation
Okay.
of like looking for entrances other than the front
Okay.
door.
You will know that there's an open door up on or not an open door, an open window on the second story. Um, it's in between 2 buildings, but the alleyway is just small enough where you can reasonably climb up it. It's going to be slightly difficult, but not too difficult where it would compromise your stealth, if that makes sense.
Got it. Yeah, I'll enter the building
Okay. So you'll enter through the front door or through.
through this other entrance, right?
Okay. Yes. Go ahead and make me an athletics check to climb, and then the
I'm
DC will
not
be
bad
10.
at those. I'm bad at those, apparently. That's an 8.
Okay. You
I have
struggle
a
a little
plus
bit.
5.
Woof. You struggle a little bit, but you do manage to make about halfway up there before you lose your footing ever so slightly, but you manage to catch yourself. So go ahead and make another climb check because you didn't like cause
Damn
any worry.
It's a 9.
Does your knowledge of the past life help at all with that?
I can do that. These are checks.
These are checks.
Yes, I will roll a d6 so that I can
Okay.
grab a 12 instead of a 9
Perfect.
on that second athletics.
As the memory of you traipsing across rooftops has come in handy, you manage to realign your body ever so slightly to get the proper angle, and then you sort of vault over from the other building onto the ledge of the window, and you pull yourself up easy enough. As you look down, or as you look forward, you notice that you're on a second floor that's open. It seems to be sort of like a catwalk, and you were able to come inside without being noticed. As you look down below, you hear voices, and they're not really hiding themselves, so you don't have to roll a perception check for this. But you
Awesome.
see the same scraggly man, and he's speaking with a little bit more confidence. But then you see you see another man, this very burly looking like human who looks like he's more orc than human, honestly, by the size of his muscles, but he is just a bulky human. Um he you hear the man speak. So, drop off's been set. We got the money we need. We just need a little bit more time to get a crew going so that way we can get the cargo to be moved. Can't keep feeding these folks. It's getting expensive. I'm gonna have to charge a little extra for your time. Once we get the crew, that's all we need. We just need a group of maybe 6 people at best, just to get us to and from the mountain. Should take no more than a week's journey. Think you can hold them off till then? Fine. 1 week, no longer. The cult of Golion appreciates your business. And then he just steps outside. As soon as the scraggly man leaves, you hear a fist slam down onto this table. As this human is just like, damn it. I better go check up on them. And you hear a door in the back open and close behind him. What do you do?
Just to confirm, it's the cultist that wanted a team, right?
Yes, from what you understand.
I'm going to continue investigating the building right now, but I would like to keep the cultist's face in mind.
Certainly. He was a half-elven man. He looks slightly emaciated based on what you were able to see when you caught his face. But he was very much heavily cloaked. He wore a very simple, raggedy brown cloak over his head, but you can make out that he was half elvish based on the way his face was structured, and the way his hood poked just a little bit off the edge of his head.
Okay.
So, as you, so what would you like to do while inside this building?
The man who was in this building, he went down to a basement, right?
It seems like it. He went to a room in the back.
In the back. Okay. Okay. Do, 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 do. Is I want to find out what's in the back here, but
Certainly.
he's gonna be there, isn't he?
You won't know that for sure until you open the door.
Fair enough. I'll take the chance to look around the front room while he's back there.
Certainly.
Being cautious of listening for if he is coming back out front.
Okay, perfect. So as you kind of look down and around, this is a very simple storefront. There isn't really a whole lot here. It looks to be sort of like a meeting place, sort of like how in some stores like they just have like a desk area for somebody to sit at, and then all the merchandise is in the back. You get the same vibe here, that this is mostly a place for people to wait while the shopkeeper gets the stuff they need, and then you just kind of already know what you're looking for when you step in.
Okay. Just there isn't like a cash register or something like that, right? Out front?
Not that you can see. There's that table that he smashed underneath his fist, but it's not broken. You do see what looks to be like small trays that are used to carry like small implements. But you've seen them before in Blasvatan. These are usually used to help carry like satchels of coin. To
Mm.
keep them from moving anywhere or getting lost in transition. Um, Outside of that, there's like a few like decor here. Like dude's got a cactus in the corner of the room. He's got a window that's open but is barred. That's here. Just kind of provides some natural lighting inside, things of that nature, but nothing nothing like that screams this is a business.
Okay. It's a obvious front.
Yes, it's a very obvious front.
Jeez, guys, you could do better than this.
The place
If
is called
any cop
Thieves.
comes in here, like,
This place is called Thieves Respite, not Thieves Headquarters.
okay, um, I'm going to. Wait a minute.
Hold on, hold on. We're letting her cook.
True. I could mess with this. I could mess with this. Okay. I would like to disguise as the cultist man.
Interesting. Easy enough.
Yes. And I will come down to the front of the building
Okay.
to go straight through the front door. Did I notice any particular mannerisms about how he knocked and spoke that I can copy? I assume that'd be an insight check.
It would be an inside check, yes.
God damn! I rolled one nat 20, and now I'm rolling like shit. That's a 6.
6. Okay. Uh, this will be fun. You didn't pick up any mannerisms when he entered the building. It seemed that he entered. He sort of strode in here, uh, sort of like a man on a mission. You know what I mean? Like he came in, said his piece, left, sort of thing. And you just happened to
Right.
catch him when he said his piece.
Right.
As far as you understand it. So you can possibly infer that that's exactly how you should walk as well. Walk and talk.
Great.
Good luck.
I will knock on the door again, or
Okay.
quote unquote again.
You knock on the door, and do you like rap on the door like with a heavy knocking, or are you kind of like being gentle about it?
Um,
Because when you left, the guy wasn't back from the back room yet.
right. Enough that I think he would hear.
Okay, cool. So you just kind of go and give it like the good 1-2 knock, and as soon as you finish, you wait like a couple of minutes, and then you see this very burly humanoid once more stand before you. Dude stands about maybe 6'8" tall, or 6'8".
Good God.
His shoulders are about the size of his head, and his body takes up the entire door frame, just standing there. And he looks down and he goes, "What, did you forget something?"
I did actually. Wait a minute. The uh, Sure. The shipment is going to need God, out of character.
Take your time.
I
Breathe.
need I need a moment to
Yeah, breathe. Take your time.
actually remember what he said and what I can add on to it. Um, so remembering what they said before, the cultists said they would need another week, right?
They said they needed more time to
More
get
time?
a caravan, to get a caravan guard going, but they said it shouldn't be longer than a week for them to go in and out.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I just got message, moments ago that the caravan will be ready to go tomorrow. So have everything set up.
Roll a deception with advantage because you are disguised as the guy.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Nice.
Fuck. Let's see how his insight is. Ooh, that's not a nat 20 special, I'll tell you that much. Alrighty. And I'm not gonna burn an inspiration on that. So, he goes, fine. I'll have them ready by tomorrow. Do you
Of
or the boss
course.
need to check out the merchandise beforehand?
Yes, I would like to make sure everything's in order myself.
He kind of like leans forward. His entire bulk, you can feel you can hear the creaking of the wood frame just like get depressed underneath his bulk, and he looks out. He just motions his head over, get in. As he lets you in, he closes the door behind you. He he guides you to the back door, and he pulls out this old rusty iron key, and he just unlocks the door, and then he opens it up, and he goes, "Follow me." As
All
he
right.
leads you into the back room. This back room it's surprisingly cold in here for an oasis like building. And as you step through, you notice that the reason why it's so cold is that there are these little crystals in the top corners of this room. They seem to glow with a very like bright sky blue color, and they seem to be emitting something akin to a mist. But as you step inside and you begin to look over, you see cages, like cells of
Mm.
of people. Uh, you have some Earth Genasi that look no older than maybe 16 at best, that are just sort of huddled together, wearing rags, and some of them have like exposed, like have like some exposed geodes inside of them. Like there's like gemstones inside of them. Just but like on their arms or like in their legs and things of that nature. Uh, you walk over and you see these fire genasi who's their head is usually vibrant and flaming, but they're now like these muted colors. Some of them have like no flames whatsoever, but you can tell that they are just like these very like they're now tamer than normal. They're not like they're not like these passionate people like you know them to be. Um, you see uh, various cages filled with Air Genasi children, ranging from somewhere between the ages of like 10 and 19 years of age, based on their height. Uh, they're all sort of like just trying to like deal with their situation, but they don't seem to be cold at all. In fact, they seem very defiant on what's going on. But the moment this giant man passes them, they become very meek. You see but you see other people as well. You see like you see these leonins that look nothing like Officer Lee. These are very emaciated leonins. They're mostly skin and bones, but there's a couple of them that do have like some natural muscle mass to them, but you can tell just by looking at them all the fight's gone out of them. Like there's nothing left of any spark of rebellion within any of these kids. Uh, yeah, but he kind of like leads you, and he just kind of like waves his hand to the entire left side of the room, and he goes, "There you go." And
I see.
he just points to all these like Air Genasi kids, a couple of the Leonins, and like the Fire Genasi kids.
I'm going to sort of go up to the air genasi cage and study the kids. Are any of them from our initial group that were kidnapped, especially the girl that disappeared?
Roll a perception with advantage.
That's a 18.
Okay. No, none of these kids look like the ones that you jailbroke. um,
Yeah.
and but you have seen some of these kids before. Some of these kids used to be part of the little Air Genasi group of kids that lived on Blasvitan. Some, not all.
Okay. Violet will turn around after studying them and say, all right, well, we'll see you tomorrow. And she will get out of there.
And make sure for the extra pay comes in tomorrow, yeah? All these mouths to feed, I ain't got enough money for myself.
Of course.
All right.
Okay. I will go back to the party here.
Okay. Moving right along, we're going to go back to Ember and Scorb. Ember, how would you like to blend in to help in your investigation?
So, where is there like a large pub in my vicinity, like a large gathering place, a bar where people are kind of drinking and letting loose, that kind of thing?
It kind of depends on where you want to go. Thieves Respite is a very it's very much like an open air bazaar centered around the oasis, and people coming and going with drinks is commonplace. So you could reasonably busk right there on the streets, or you can go to a tavern where it's a little bit more secluded, but results may vary.
I'm gonna head for a tavern.
Okay.
I'm gonna head for a pub.
Wonderful. You guys can either go to the pub that you were at with Khasaar, which which you recognize didn't have a stage or anything like that, but music was being played just off to the side, or you can try to find a new pub.
I'm gonna try and find a different one.
All right, cool. Go ahead and roll an
Spread out a little
investigation.
bit.
Yeah, okay. Both of you go ahead and roll investigations.
All right, one moment.
19 total.
Ooh, nice.
And Squarb gets a 22.
Ooh, wonderful. Yeah, so both of you find a pub that seems less threatening, like the least threatening of all the pubs around here. And they just do so happen to have a stage just set up. You see a group of bards are kind of already in the midst of playing, but when they see you, Ember, they see your instrument and they kind of motion for you to come in for a conversation.
All right, so I'm gonna play my lyre instead of my lyre. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's a
Instead of
lyre.
my pan flute. Lyre, thank you. And I am going to turn to Squirb and hand him a tambourine.
Understood.
Is it a green tambourine? I need this for me.
Absolutely, it is.
Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna look at Squirb and I'm gonna say, just tap this rhythmically along with me.
I know how music works. I think we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
This is Squarb's moment to be the Batman I Am Blue scene. This is his
Hey,
moment.
he's got a +1 to performance.
This is his moment. This is his jazz bar moment.
I'm staring at him skeptically.
All right, cool. So you two join in on the performance, and if you are, go ahead and roll performance.
Okay.
20 total.
Hey, Squab got a 19.
This is his blue moment. This is his Birds of Prey I am blue moment. God, I love that song. So yeah, so you both begin to join in on their song, and surprisingly, you both recognize the song they're playing. It's a pretty typical jovial song used to just provide ambiance to a tavern. You've heard this played at various bars within Blasphatan before, so Scorb, you already know the rhythm of the song. Cat, I love you, but this is not the moment, bud. Hold on. There we go.
Ah, cats.
Don't you meow at me. I know what you are.
That's what the cat does to Chris every time he sits down at the desk.
He took my arm.
Captain will do that on
Sounds
occasion.
about right.
Yeah. This is why I have to wear clothes at my desk. He uses his claws. Anywho, so yeah, you guys perform very well, honestly. You feel like you're part of the troupe of the three other bards who have been, just kind of added a bit more musical accompaniment to the room. What are you doing to I guess add to your investigation through this performance?
Eavesdropping, listening, observing.
Okay. I'll give you a perception check with advantage because you're distracting everybody.
Heck yes.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16.
15 from Squarb.
Wonderful. Yeah, so as you guys kind of like the bards this little bardic troupe has a tendency to spread out from the stage, and you guys follow suit when one of the minstrels begins to take her lute, and then she just like motions you mid strum to join you as you guys kind of like go through. Think of it like think of like that coin to your Witcher moment where what's his name is like walking through the bar and he's just playing his lute the entire way through. Same thing. You guys are doing that, but like as a group of 5.
Oh my. That's a big group.
Yeah, you two joined
We're having
in.
like a boy band moment.
Yeah, you guys joined a group of 3, so you make 5.
Tell me why.
Don't you start with me.
You can't sing the Backstreet Boys at a K-On! It'll get stuck in his head for days.
It's always stuck in my head.
It's gonna be me.
That's in sync.
I don't care.
You should care.
Just a little bit care, a little bit. Anyways, before more boy bands get stuck in my head, you guys, yeah. So you guys kind of like look around. You're singing, dancing, providing merriment. You do catch the eye of some people, but mostly they're just there to have a good time. It's been a busy day for some of these people. They just need a drink and some good entertainment, which you provide well enough. But I will say for both Scorb and Ember, you do catch the you do what catches your eye is these like darkly cloaked individuals. They're nothing too like atypical for a place filled with thieves, smugglers, and bandits. But what strikes you as odd is the fact that they don't even bother to turn to face you as you make your approach. They seem to almost outwardly ignore you as you step past, but as you do, you guys do pick up bits and pieces of their conversation. Um, Although it is a little bit difficult given the fact that you have to also play on key and step to the time and step in time. But you guys do pick up things, but you do pick up like keywords uh, like cargo and the mountain to the and the mountains to the west uh, and what really strikes you specifically for score, but Ember would definitely hear this too. What really strikes you both is that as Score passes by and as Ember passes by, you guys will hear Ingolion's name before they take a swig of their drinks and then they continue discussing something. You make a couple of trips back and forth before as you're trying to catch because the troop is trying to like spread out across the entire bar, which is a pretty big bar, all things considered. They're just trying to go everywhere, and then so you kind of like double back once or twice, and you pick up a few more bits of their conversation, though it's hard to make out. You do hear words of a you do hear things like what's the word I'm looking for, uh uh holding area, that's the word I was looking for. You hear words like the cargo uh is doing all right in the holding area. We need a crew to move the shipment into across the mountains. Where are we going to look for it? And so that's kind of where you guys get your bits and bobs of information. And eventually, you guys kind of crescendo into the end of the song, and then everybody begins to clap and you guys bow. Where the head minstrel she looks to you, Ember, and she goes, "Are you able to perform another song?"
Absolutely, I am.
Wonderful. And what about your companion? And she does like lean over past you to see Squarb.
Oh, Squarb is upset. He recognizes the name Golion and is straight up just like you. If Ember's staring at him, she can tell he's pissed. He's not really paying attention to what's being said around him right this second.
I'm gonna tap tap on Scorb's shoulder.
Huh?
You ready for another round?
Sure. Squarb deflates a little bit and stances up to resume playing.
Squarb begins to play drunge tambourine. I want to know what that sounds like. Grunge tambourine. It sounds dreadful.
Just add tambourine on the offbeats during any given Nirvana song.
Oh my god.
I'd rather hear it with Pearl Jam.
It's like every cymbal hit for a drum set is replaced with a tambourine instead.
Yup.
Oh, that would suck.
Even flow with a tambourine would be the worst.
Oh god. Yeah, let's not think about it anymore. I've made a terrible monster of a concept. I'd rather just deal with the heavy metal necromancy bard like BBEGs than this.
I love that.
It's one of my favorite concepts for a campaign. Just like, oh yeah, the problem is that they're just a heavy metal bard band that just happens to dabble in necromancy by mistake.
As a matter of fact, I have a band like that.
So you guys roll another performance check if you're gonna play one more song.
Natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
Squarb got an 11.
That's respectable, given you know what, the dice told a story for you, Scorp. Like,
Yeah.
they're just like, nah, he's not in it anymore. He's lost his
Nope.
lost his vibe.
His mojo is gone.
Donna lost her groove that day. So yeah, you it's respectable. Like you with the with Scorb playing grunge yeah, Scorb was playing grunge tambourine. Everybody has to kind of like pivot and compensate for it a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. Ember's more than able to compensate for the grunge tambourine. But you guys play one more set, and with the cheering of everybody around you, I will say, both of you roll a perception check during this performance.
That's a 14 from Squarb.
Okay.
I got a 9, so I guess I got a little lost in the music.
Fair enough. Scorb, you notice that the cultists leave in the middle of the song.
Oh, we've got to tail them. Squarb's gonna look to Ember and just kind of like nod towards the cultists.
Ember is gonna look at Scorb, acknowledge the nod, and kind of give a little another nod, and then get lost in the playing and get all crazy with it. And hopefully, people won't notice the green tambourine playing Squarb disappear a little bit into the background and maybe wander off the stage.
Ember just is a Jack Black solo on a lyre. Meanwhile,
Exactly.
Scorb exits stage left. That's wild.
Yeah, Squarb's gonna go ahead and try to slip
Exactly.
off stage.
Yeah, you don't even need to worry about rolling a stealth check, dude. She's literally stealing the show.
I'll just gently set her tambourine at her feet and then just dip.
As soon as she kicks the tambourine, she realizes she has a tambourine. So what does she do? Kick flips it and then begins to play it.
It's time for my solo.
Oh boy, this is why we have nice things.
So that we can break them?
I said this is why we have nice things, not why we don't have nice
So
things.
that we can break them?
Why do we break the nice things?
Because it's fun?
That's. I am an adult male and my taste just got more expensive. Breaking my nice things is not fun anymore.
Yeah. No, I just found a Warhammer.
Yep, there it is. Come on.
Yeah.
Please resonate with me on this one.
Yeah.
Breaking the expensive stuff is no longer fun. Maybe if I was Mr. Beast, but even then I'd feel like this weird, like, reluctant guilt that I just spent money just to break something.
I'd rather do it like How Ridiculous. Those guys just take like junk and shit and break that.
Or like go to one of those like we have them here where you can go to like a warehouse and pay
Oh, like a riot room?
yeah, you pay like $20 for the hour and they just give you shit to break.
And a baseball bat.
Yeah.
We
And
got
I'm
a
like,
sledgehammer at the one that we went to.
yeah. Those are fun. I highly recommend that for stress relief.
Agreed.
Like if you just like had a really rough week and you happen to have one of those in your local area, $20-$40, just go. The drive is worth it, I guarantee you it is. Anywho, while I keep going off on tangents, you guys, so Scorb, you exit out and you see these cultists. They kind of slowly begin to blend with the crowd, but you still got a good eye on them. What do?
Oh, I'm doing my best to stride behind them, stay a little bit unnoticeable. I mean, I know I'm going to have a tougher time with that given my general stance,
Right.
but you know, I'm a bit short. I might be able to hide behind shit.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll just lower the DC, make a stealth check.
Oh, hey, dirty 20.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, easily enough, you kind of surprisingly blend in with this crowd. Given your short stature, you kind of just get lost among the masses of people that are transitioning, but you still are able to keep an eye on them pretty well. As you do so, they seem to be moving towards what looks to be another tavern. And as they step inside, what do you do?
I'm going to search for a good opportunity to apprehend one of them. Like, just any time that I can get one of them by themselves, I'm grabbing his ass.
Okay. This is where the cop in him comes out.
Oh,
So they settle in. They seem to be near what looks to be a post board with a bunch of like bills on it, and you just kind of do you just kind of like take a seat somewhere else nearby, or
I'm gonna get someplace where I can observe them fairly easily without them seeing me.
good enough? Simple enough. There's a table across the way that you can easily sit at where it's just out of their line of sight, but not out of your line of sight, if that makes sense.
Excellent.
So
Precisely what I'm looking for.
perfect. So you kind of put your back up against the wall. There's just enough shading here where most people wouldn't see you unless they were looking for you. Uh, and just to add a bit more inconspicuousness to you, you do order a drink just for yourself, and you just kind of you just kind of start nursing that. Uh, it takes a solid like maybe 30 minutes to an hour, but eventually they do begin to scatter as they are trying to. What you can see is that they seem to like two of these people seem to like separate and kind of like speak to various other groups around here. They look like they're trying to recruit for somebody, and then this one guy who's sitting here right in front of the billboard or the post board is probably just waiting to hear back or is waiting to see if somebody else approaches. What do you do?
So at some point during that half hour, I'm gonna use the sending earring to let Ember know where we're at. Uh, that way, if she feels the need to come down here and help, she absolutely could.
Okay, wonderful. Ember, what would you do during that time?
Hmm. Well, once I'm finished with my like 15-minute long epic solo, um, probably take a bow, hop off the stage, buy a drink at the bar, and then pretend like I'm just gonna meander on off, like I'm just wandering wandering around the crowd, getting a feel for the place, and then as soon as I get the feeling of where Squarb is, I'm going to quietly sort of slink away and try to follow him or well find him so I can give him a little backup in case he needs it.
Wonderful. Also doubly wonderful. My string broke.
Oh no!
No.
Ruh-roh.
It's saying it's trying to reconnect right now. But oh, there it goes. I was like, say, but my Twitch says it's still going. Well, we'll see how that pans out in a minute. We can still do this. There it goes. It's reconnecting. And we're back. There we go. Cool. Seems that everything is functioning again. Huzzah!
hooray!
Just kind
Woo!
of sad that it happened in the first place. Not gonna lie, it's kind of sad it
Whoops.
happened in the first place. But I don't even know what happened, but it did. But hey, we're back. We're good. Everything's fine. Don't need to worry about it. I can fix it in post. Actually, it still records the whole thing, so nothing changes.
That's good.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, the benefit of recording while you're streaming is that it still records all the stuff, even though the stream broke. Uh, so so you make your way over, and you eventually find Scorb. He's hidden underneath the stairs. There's a table underneath the stairs that he's using to kind of like hide himself from view. That nobody seems to be going upstairs, so it kind of works out for him. But you see the three cultists. They're kind of like scattered about. One of them's at this post board, while the other two are kind of like recruiting. What seems to be recruiting people for something. What do you do, Ember?
Um, I think I'm gonna kind of try and stay a little in the background for now and keep trying to blend into the environment so that I don't stand out too much, so I can listen and listen for any sort of information that might be useful.
Okay, fair enough. As you two continue to observe these cultists and kind of like keep your ear to the ground for any like potential rumors and anything like of that nature, um, I will say that you guys do inevitably notice that it's taking a while for these other two to get back to their buddy that's standing at the post board, and nobody seems to be approaching them during this time. But you're not picking up anything. You're not picking up any new rumors, anything like that nature. It's mostly talk about uh, it's mostly talk about mercs trying to find work for caravans that they know pay them well. That's mostly what it breaks down to.
Cool. Squarb's gonna try and sweep up to the guy standing by the post board, and I'm not sure if I should try to just drag him outside or try to convince him to go out with me.
Mm. What
I don't want to make too much of a fuss, so this would have to be really quick.
Mhm.
I have high charisma. I could probably convince him.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you want to swoop in and help with that. Like Squarb's gonna start moving towards the guy in the near the post board, and he's gonna nod to him.
He looks up and he gives you a quarter-inch nod of acknowledgement.
Can I roll persuasion to try and get this guy to come outside and talk with Squab? Hmm.
Well, ideally it's both of us. Good cop, bad cop, baby.
I'll be the good cop.
That's fine. Squarb will have no problem roughing this guy up.
I get to be the sexy cop.
Well,
Anyways, sorry, I'm reading a web comic and they did a good cop, bad cop, sexy cop thing, and it worked out wonderfully for everybody.
Squarb's gonna use the aid action to help Ember here, because he's got a +4 to his persuasion, and she's probably got a better one, so...
I have a +8 for my persuasion.
Yeah, I'm gonna use aid to help Ember.
Yeah, and this is why we have face characters. All right. So Ember, uh, tell me what you say to him to try to convince this cultist to meet you and Squarb outside.
Should I roll for my persuasion first or try to say
Tell me what
something
you're
first?
saying first, then roll, and we'll see how convincing you sound.
Okay. Oh, hello, kind sir. How are you this evening? My name's Ember. I'm a performer. I like to sing. I like to play the pan flute. I have a lyre. I'm not a liar. I just have one.
He goes, just chuckles a little bit at the liar bit.
Hey, you look mighty big and strong, and I've been having trouble with putting some new instruments on this cart that I carry with me from place to place. Would you mind coming out to the alley over here and maybe helping me? I couldn't get any of the other good for nothing musicians. I'm sorry. They're great. They're fine. I love them. But I couldn't get any of them to help me because we're not really like a band per se, you know? So could you please come out and maybe assist me?
First off, thank you for the sub, for you didn't have to. Um, but second, did you just gaslight and haze the people you worked with recently?
Only because I'm trying to come across as cutesy and ditzy to this jackass.
So, so the first thing you do is gaslight?
We girl boss is like gatekeep in this house.
Roll with advantage your persuasion check.
19!
That did not
Oh,
roll.
he said with advantage, so roll again. See if you get higher.
Okay. I thought I hit it right, but apparently I didn't. Oh, 27.
Fuck.
Sorry, Ekon.
I was
Ditzy
content with
girl
the
works every
19. You
time.
didn't have to overkill.
Cute ditzy girl character works every time.
Yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw proves it.
I'm gonna live stream that game. My very first playthrough of it. Fun fact.
I'm so excited because I really want Lollipop Chainsaw. I needed to get in my life.
Same.
I missed out on playing it the first time, and then I didn't get to finish
So
it
did
the
I.
second time. So when I heard that we're
So-
getting a new Lollipop Chainsaw, I'm like, well, there goes my
Wait.
money.
Wait, new Lollipop Chainsaw?
The remake.
It's a remaster. Yeah.
When?
It got delayed till 2024.
Yeah, but it is confirmed that there's a remastered Lollipop Chainsaw coming out in 2024.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the old one and then the new one.
Yeah,
Well, no, it's the old one just
just
remastered.
remastered for modern
Yeah.
consoles and systems. So.
But it'll remind people that it's a thing, and I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm so friggin' excited.
Yeah, just note everybody out there, Lollipop Chainsaw is an amazing game. Highly recommend it. The writing's phenomenal.
It really is.
Boyfriend's my favorite character, bar none. Nobody tell me differently.
It's very Japanese, and I love it so much.
It's so fucking. It's so funny.
And also Tara Strong, otherwise known as Twilight Sparkle.
Yeah, Tara Strong, aka the prolific female voice actress. Woman can do every role, and I wouldn't recognize her voice. That's how good she is.
Yeah, she's Timmy Turner, Bubbles, and Twilight Sparkle. She can do it all.
Among other characters.
Oh, and Raven from
There
Teen
it
Titans.
is. Yep, and she's also Raven from Teen Titans.
And Harley Quinn.
And Harley Quinn. She does it all, man. She does it all. Anyways,
She's my hero.
Anyway, so I absolutely failed that insight check. So, yeah. So the overkill aside, yeah. He's like, he kind of like checks you out, like he kind of like gives you a once over, and then he like looks over to Scorb, and then he kind of like he kind of like looks over to find his boys, realizing they're still talking up some of the mercs, and he goes, "Oh, what the hell?" And he kind of like makes his way out with you guys.
Cool. When we get into a relatively isolated place, I'm gonna do what I can to restrain him. I'm talking like sweep the legs, get him bound up, all of that jazz.
Ooh, okay.
Boy, I got rope and manacles. I ain't afraid to use them.
Roll an attack roll with advantage. Had to think on that for a second.
That'll be a 24.
Oh yeah, you're definitely hitting. Yeah, you're definitely getting him. So yeah, so the moment you guys go into this alleyway and you're deep enough in where you know you know that nobody's going to see you, Squirp fucking takes this guy down. So how do you do
legs
it?
bound, hands manacled. I'll muffle him as best I can while I'm getting this done. And while I'm doing that, I'm in his ear and I'm saying, "You've got some information that you're going to give to me, and I'm gonna ask you questions. You're gonna be honest with me. If I think that you're not, I'm gonna deck you, okay?"
And he's just struggling as hard as he can, trying to break free to no avail. But he's just huffing and puffing real bad. Just get off me!
That's not happening, friend. So, shit. What was the name of the dark god again? It was Golion.
Yes.
Thank you. Again in his ear. What does the cult of Golion want with all those air genasi? Wait, no, I don't know that. Hang on.
Rewind.
Yep, sorry, my bad. What's the cult of Golion doing recruiting out here in the Thieves' Rest?
And he's still struggling as best he can. He's gonna make a strength check to break free. Make a well, wait. Yours was a. Yeah, make a contested strength check for me real fast.
Okay.
You have a. Do you have him in manacles?
Yeah, he's manacled and his legs are bound.
Okay, cool. So, fuck, that's a lot harder than I thought. Get a +10 to your roll.
Cool.
Oh, fuck me. Never mind. Don't even bother. Unless you roll a nat 1, in which case then I will have to bother.
I did not roll a nat 1. It is a 19.
Fuck. Okay, I don't even bother. This poor man. Uh, he's just like sitting. He's struggling really hard, but you're because you have him bound pretty well, and you're kind of like just holding him down, like in the standard fashion that most police officers do. One knee on the back and then one hand on the head, just to keep them from struggling too hard. And yeah, you pretty much got this guy where you need him. He's not going anywhere.
Sick.
And he's just like, let me go.
I asked you a question. You're gonna answer it, okay?
What is this?
What'd you say? It clipped out.
He asks what is this?
This, and I'm gonna punch him.
Okay, easily enough. You don't even have to roll to hit. Just deal a d4 plus strength.
It's not giving me that. 1 second.
Oh yeah, no, it's automatic. It's just 1 damage plus your strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be 5 points of unarmed damage to him.
Squirb clocks this dude. Just, I could have swore Eric Cochran's had a claw attack.
He does, but I don't want to hurt him. Not seriously.
Oh, okay, yeah, then fair enough. Just like real quick clock him. Where do you hit him?
I'm just gonna hit him in the face.
All right, cool. You hit him in the face. He eats a bit of dirt, and he just starts spitting sand out of his mouth. What do you want?
Goleon, recruiting here. Why?
We're not recruiting for cults. We're just needing an escort.
For what?
We're just trying to get out of into the desert. You would know it's dangerous out here.
Yeah, I do know it's dangerous out here. Where are you trying to go?
I can't say.
Oh, I'm sure that you can.
No, I mean I can't.
Why's that?
Bound by oath.
See, I'm also bound by oath here, friend. Somebody very precious to me has gone missing. Thanks to your people. I'm here to find them. So you can help me keep my oath by breaking yours. Or... And I'll just kind of make a threatening gesture at him.
As soon as you make that threatening gesture, he kind of like chuckles underneath his now swelling face a little bit after that one good punch, and he goes, "You think I fear death?"
Oh gosh, no. There are so many worse things than death out here in the desert. I'm one of them.
No, you're not. You're simply another cog in the machines.
You know? I think you just don't actually know where you're going, do you?
Like I said, bound by oath. Couldn't tell you even if we wanted to.
Fine then, what are you transporting?
Again, oath bound. Can't let all of our secrets out now, can we?
You're proving really unhelpful, and that's kind of making me mad, friend. I'm gonna try and intimidate him into spilling more.
Go for it.
That's a 12.
Okay. As you, how do you intimidate him?
Like Squarb puffs up and like puffs his wings out and makes himself big, basically.
Okay. At this moment, I'm gonna ask Ember to roll a perception check because I assume you're being the lookout while this interrogation is going on.
I am. $13.
Okay. So far so good. None of his buddies seem to have noticed that he's gone missing. At least, as far as you understand it, they're not looking for him. At least from this alleyway. And nobody seems to be bugging you all the same either, so it works out. But with a 12 intimidation, he kind of like shifts his head to look up at you, Squarb, and he goes, "Empty threats, or a puffed up pigeon."
You know what? You're right. They are. I'm not gonna do much more than rough you up a little bit. I'm not. That's just not who I am. That's something your people do. I'm better than that. I'm gonna find out what you're doing one way or another. I'm gonna rain hell down upon you, and if you want leniency, now's your chance, man. Like, this was kind. I can be so much worse.
Leniency
Yup.
is given to those who are privileged.
And you, my friend, have the privilege of my leniency today.
No, I don't. Because at the end of the day, you and your scarabs, your coin guards, they're all nothing more than mercenaries disguised as people with authority. But Goleon makes everyone equal. Destruction has no equal.
Alright. I warned you. I'm gonna go ahead and return you to your friends.
I could use a corpse.
I'm gonna try and knock him out.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like... He's like, incapacitated, right?
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
easily you easily get a free crit
Cool.
on him at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that and knock him unconscious.
Okay, fair enough. Like easy enough. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. It's easy enough. You can knock him unconscious.
Cool. At that point, I'm gonna hoist him up onto my shoulders, and I'm gonna do like a bit of a shrill like squawk to get Ember's attention, and start making my way back towards the tavern.
Cool.
While we're on our way back there, Squab's gonna look to Ember. All right, I'm gonna tell a pretty big lie when we get back in there, and I'm gonna need you to back me up on it. I'm telling them he told us everything.
Why do you feel the need to lie about it?
Because if they think he told us everything, they might be a bit more forthcoming. And if not, they'll beat the tar out of him.
I'm not the biggest fan of lying to the others. You know, I don't really like lying to friends or acquaintances or really anyone whose opinion I care much about. But if you genuinely think this is gonna help, I'll do it.
Lying to the cultists.
Yeah, I'm not lying to our friends. I'm lying to his cult buddies.
Oh, okay, then yeah, no, we can lie to that guy.
Somehow I feel like this conversation is actually canon. Like,
100%.
like she just misunderstood the context of the conversation, and that's how we ended up here.
Oh, that's
Greatest
exactly what
communicator.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go ahead and lie.
All right.
I'll back you up on that.
I'll actually let you take the lead on it. You're much better at this than me.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem.
Okay, so you guys leave an unconscious body out in the back alley.
No, he's on my shoulder. He's coming with me.
Oh, gotcha. So
We're taking him back to the tavern, bound up and manacled. And I'm going to attempt to use my authority as Skara Aldin at this point to get the other cultists to cooperate by
Gotcha.
lying to the other cultists and saying that he spilled.
Okay, fair enough. So you step inside into the tavern, and you just have this body on your shoulders, and everybody sees you.
I'm locking eyes with the nearest Golion cultist.
Cool. As you do so, you see both of them perk up to see you, and then they look at each other, and then they look back to you.
Hey, boys, how's recruitment going?
Everybody's silent because they don't know who you're referring to.
The cultists know what I'm doing.
Oh, they know, but like everybody in the bar is being silent.
I'll drop the cultist at my feet and give him a bit of a kick.
Okay.
See, your friend here was very cooperative with us. Told us a lot of information I've been looking for to find a dear friend of mine. But there are a couple of gaps he left out I was hoping y'all might be able to fill in for me.
None of them move from their spot, but you can see that they're trying to assess your situation. They're gauging you from a distance.
At this point, I'll nod to Amber and just kind of be like, do the thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I am going to sorry. I am gonna, I guess, go walk up to them and be like, "Yoo-hoo, fellas, hi!" Just like I did before.
Now they're just sort of dumbfounded. They don't know how to react to this.
Should I'm gonna ask this real quick out of character to Squire Pierre. Should we get the others involved? Maybe should we let them know where we are with the thing, or what do we do?
If we're just using the sending earrings, then... Or no, this is out of character. Out of character, if you want to get the rest of the party involved, absolutely do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I can say Violet's returned by now.
Yeah. You could. I
Same
say
for
this is I
Melly.
say this is sort of happening simultaneously. So like when I said it's been like an hour or so with these two, you guys had already finished your business because your stuff didn't last longer than that time frame.
Right. I think Violet is sort of idly switching up her disguises, just sort of looking out around.
I'm getting the distinct feeling that this might be we might be running out of luck here real shortly, and some big might be happening. So I think we're gonna want the the party back together a bit.
I don't know what you mean by running out of luck. You guys have 4 fucking inspiration points left.
Okay, but like that, but I don't know how much it would help us in an all-out bar brawl. Okay.
Squarb's
Well-
pretty good in those, but yeah, no, I think that she's right. Like,
Yeah.
Squarb has gone big and loud. This is commotion. This is about to become violent.
This is like reverse Payday. Like it's the best kind of video game.
Melly's just grabbing a drink at the bar. Just waiting for shit to go down.
Oh, it's going down.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So, I would say that it won't take you guys too long to get to that bar in particular. You guys could arrive there with probably within the next like exchange, but let's see how these two handle it. So,
I think Violet's been here for a little bit, but but the others wouldn't know because she's been in
You've
a
been
couple different disguises. Yeah.
okay. Roll me percentile.
Okay. 47.
Fuck. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I would say that I would say that you were making your way to a bar, and you just happened to come across this one as you were idly changing disguises to kind of figure out what best fit the
Okay.
situation. Uh,
And if I saw what's it called? If I saw Scorb, I would totally go towards it,
yeah,
towards
for
this
sure.
bar. If I saw him leaving the
Yeah, I would say that you saw him with a body
oh,
just slung over his shoulder. You saw him with a body, and then he opens into the bar, and then you just hear him. Hello, boys. And that's when you know shit was going down. So yeah, Violet's there. How are we gonna
Cool.
tie in? How are we gonna tie in Millennia?
Just pipes in over the sending ring. So I didn't get much information. How are you guys doing?
I'll send the address of where we're at.
On my way. She gets
Finishes-
to walk. She gets to walk me down and goes.
finishes the stein, passes it down, slides over the gold, picks up her odachi, and then starts walking.
Yep.
Like
Big sigh.
I gotta pick up the kids. Big wine mom energy. Okay.
Your
see-
eldest is currently getting into a fight with the other boys.
downs her glass of Chardonnay and calls it a day. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Picks up her pumps that she threw off into the living room. If you don't know how I like to picture white moms, this is how I like to picture white moms. just really disgruntled, like day drinking moms.
Oh, that brings back memories.
It's pretty painful. So like the old 1993 mom.
Yep.
From sitcoms
Peg Bundy.
in Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Peg Bundy? I would really rather not.
No.
Oh, come.
So, anyways, so yeah, I will say you'll make your way there after this next exchange. As for
Yep.
Scorb and Ember, what do you two do besides make open-aired threats?
I am actually not sure. I figured that the Goldion boys would be quick to jump to their boys' defense.
And to be fair, I am mostly just trying to be a distraction at this point. I am highly aware that something big is about to happen, and it's likely going to be, a bar fight. So I'm just preparing mentally for that.
So it's at this point where like everybody's kind of like looking around, trying to figure out like who they're talking to. Eventually, they kind of put two and two together, and they recognize that guy just dresses the same as those two guys, and then they all just kind of look at them, and then they're like, "So what are you gonna do about it?" And the two Goleon cultists, they just kind of like continue to stare at Scorb, but like you can tell there's like venom in their eyes, but they don't want to make a move because they don't know what your intentions are, or like they don't know if this is a huge setup or not. That's why they're not moving. They're being extra cautious right now.
That's totally fair. This is big and loud, so we may as well stay there. Squarb's gonna point a finger at one of them and say,
Ooh.
"Your buddy here told me exactly where you guys are going, but not what you were taking. And you're in here recruiting guys to help you get a caravan to that place." Sorry, I needed to stumble for a second to actually figure out what I wanted to say. I'm lying through my teeth and hoping
You
that Ember
are-
will help me back up this
bro.
lie.
Bro, you're
Violet,
your beak is
Seeing this
cracking
will
through.
provide some information to Scorb over the
Over the
sending
earring.
earring.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Cool. What do you send him?
The bit I heard at the place between the
Oh, at the
slave master and
yeah.
the cultist.
Okay. Okay. So you now know where they're keeping the slaves, at least.
That's cool. I now have accidentally told the wrong lie and said I know where they're going, but not what they're taking.
This does put like one of the other cultists, the one that's further ahead, looks back at their buddy, and they, and then he just like gives like a head nod forward to see if they can see their buddy. And I'm gonna make them roll a perception check real fast. Oof.
Oh, Squab will take the hood off if he catches them looking.
Oh, he's just trying to gauge what they look like. But if you wanna reveal the hood, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, I'll take his hood off and let them see he's okay. He's still breathing. He's just bruised.
Okay, so they look up at you, and then that is when Millennia arrives. She's sort of like just steps inside, gets behind you, kind of provide a bigger presence. What are we doing? And then as you guys are kind of having this stare off, the cultists in the back, you can't hear what they're saying, but they're whispering something. What do you do?
I'm going to charge them.
Okay. Roll for attack.
Just unarmed, or
Depends on you. Are you going to take
yeah,
that
it's
risk?
gonna be. No, it's just gonna be unarmed. It's just gonna be a tackle.
Cool. All right, go for it. Roll to see if you hit.
16.
16 barely misses as they
Damn
dodge out of the way, seeing you leap in with primal fury. They finish whispering, and then suddenly they clap their hands together. A wave of purple magical energy radiates across the entire bar, and Scorb and Ember, everybody that they've spoken to begins to convulse.
Shit.
Like the cultists are convulsing?
No. The people they were talking with begin to convulse.
Oh, shit.
So Scorb and Ember, but not Violet and Millennia.
Well, you guys wouldn't know that these are the people that they were talking to.
I get what he's saying. He's saying the people in the patrons in the bar that were being spoken to by the cultists are convulsing.
Yeah, they begin to convulse, and then this sort of like black ichor begins to break out from their tear ducts and out of their mouth as they're coughing and gagging. And
so that starts. Squarb is going to follow Melly's suit, this time with Lock in hand, and he's going to attempt a pommel bash on one of these guys.
Okay. It's at this point after you make your attack, we're gonna have to roll initiative. All right.
Okay.
So make your attack real fast.
That's a 20 to hit.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Cool. And then this is, how do I make it so that it's like non-lethal? Because it's just a pommel bash.
You only have to worry about non-lethal damage when it's the last hit point. Otherwise, it's going to be treated as it's just going to be ticking off of their hit points. And then when you have the opportunity to do non-lethal damage, I will ask you, like, how do you want to do this? And then you can determine whether or not you want it to be non-lethal or not.
Fair enough. So the first attack is a 10 for damage.
Okay.
And then, since this is a part of the attack action, am I going to get the second one?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Oh, can't forget about the lockdown mark, too.
Yes, they will have a lockdown mark.
Okay, and then the second attack is 12 to hit, but I would like to take an advantage to do that.
Sure. So you'd like to spend an inspiration for that?
Yes, please. Never mind. I'm saying never mind because I rolled poorly,
Ah.
But yeah, still
Okay,
take the
so-
inspiration.
All right, cool. I'm like, hold on. Let me make sure I read this right.
My bad. Yeah, no, I rolled poorly on the second roll, so no, I don't hit the guy.
Yeah.
But he does get a lockdown mark.
He does have a lockdown mark. Okay, good to note. Alrighty, so everybody please roll initiative. We are going into combat.
I feel bad that Lumi's gonna miss our bar fight.
She has a giant land shark dog. She's fine.
But like, she's not here to be present for a bar fight. What? Wait,
She broke
You
out
You
into
flipped your
laughter.
microphone there, darling.
we're finally getting into a bar fight.
There are
I've waited so long.
many more bar fights to be had. I guarantee you.
Well, yeah, if you take me to bars more,
I love how I have
I'll
plus
start
7 and
all
I
the
still rolled a
fights.
10.
Oof. Alrighty, so 25 through 20.
Nope.
Woof. Alrighty. So 20 through 15.
I've got 18.
Okay.
I got a 16.
9.
And I got a 10.
Number. Okay, so 15 through 10. We have.
I have. Yep. Roll the 3. Gotta love it.
Melly. And then 10 through 5 would be Violet.
9.
9. Okay, so. Alrighty then. All right, cool. So, top of the round will be one of the cultists, the one that did the magic. He is going to pull out his the robe that he's wearing, or the cloak that he's wearing. He reveals himself, and then you see these large tattoos on his unclothed torso, which is just covered in centipedes.
God, you're ugly.
And he immediately throws a punch, but instead of aiming like to run up to Melly, he's these tattoos come to life and reach out and are going to attempt to grapple you. What is your armor class?
16.
16. That is a 19 on the die, so that will hit.
Is this guy within 5 feet of Squarb?
He is not.
Okay.
That would be the other cultist that you swung at, the one closest to you.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
14.
14. You are grappled right now. And,
Yippee.
and then you will also be taking. Fuck it, I'll just use the dice roller on D&D Beyond. I'm built better. My dice rolls can't be that bad, can they? They've been bad for the last 2 weeks. They can't be that bad.
Oh, okay. I just can't move. That's not an issue.
Yeah, that's not an issue. You can't move. That's about it. Okay. So you'll be taking 8 points of piercing damage. And are you
Okay.
resistant to poison?
I am.
You are? Okay. So then whatever I'm going to roll is going to be half poison. You'll be taking. That's 6. You'll be taking 3 poison damage. That's with the reduction.
So 11 damage total. Not 77.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll be taking that. And then go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Gladly. 22.
You are safe. You are not poisoned. You just took poison damage.
Yep.
All right. So that will be the cultist, and then he's going to reach out and he's going to attempt to grab another person. So he's going to go ahead and roll to see if he hits one of them. And that is a failure. So he's not able to grab another patron that is currently coughing a lung out. So that will be his turn. Scorb, you're up with Ember on deck.
Cool. So the big guy with the centipede magic, he's my brand new target. I don't care if I take an attack of opportunity from this chud in front of me. I'm charging him.
Okay. So if you're going to charge him, I'm going to go ahead and take that attack of opportunity.
AC 19.
I just hit. I landed 19 exactly.
Hey.
So go ahead and you will be taking one. You'll be taking 7 points of slashing damage, and then you will be taking. Are you resistant to poison?
I am not.
Okay, then you'll be taking 4 poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Hey, I'm pretty good at those.
I should hope so.
That's a 24.
24. You are not poisoned, but you do just take poison damage. All right, but you can proceed.
That's fine. Cool. How far away is this other centipede guy?
No, not too far. Like you, because like so, how I have it set up is that you guys were at the front of the building, right? And then you toss the guy, and the bar is about an 80-foot by 80-foot by 60-foot tall building, right? So
I suppose most directly, is he at least 10 feet away from me?
he is more than 10 feet away from you. Yes, you can easily
Cool.
use your charger feet.
As a matter of fact, that's what I'd like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action as part of my... So I'm going to use the dash action and then a bonus action to charge at this guy. And that allows me to get a +5 to damage if I hit.
Okay, go and see if you hit.
Cool, so... I do not. That is a nat 1.
Oof, that's a bummer. So yeah, he's got Melly, who is currently within like, so basically these for the purposes of for Melly, he basically has a reach attack. So he's actually 10 feet away from you with these centipedes acting as his extended reach.
Gotcha.
So when he so when Scorb comes in to swing down, he's still able to maneuver out of the way to dodge the attack, but he still has you grappled.
Okay.
Alrighty. All right. So
Yep.
Okay,
that was
in that case, I'm going to use my action surge.
okay. Go ahead.
Cool, and I'm going to attack this guy.
All right. Go ahead and see if you hit. Swing to hit.
First one is a 24 to hit.
That will definitely hit. Roll your damage.
That is 12 damage,
Okay.
and he
has
gets
lockdown.
he gets a lockdown, and he's also going to be marked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him with one of my unwavering marks.
Okay.
So while he's within 5 feet of me, he'll have disadvantage on any attack roll that doesn't target me, and if he attempts to deal damage to anybody else, I can make a special melee attack against it on my next turn that gets +4 damage.
Is that a reaction or is that just an attack that you can do?
It's just a bonus thing that goes on to, so whenever I hit with a weapon attack, I can mark the creature.
Got you.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and attempt to hit him again with my second attack.
Go ahead.
I do not. That's an 11.
That does not hit, sadly. So he once again, so he takes that cut across his chest, but you notice that the centipede moves just ever so slightly in the path, thus reducing the amount of damage he's taking. So it looks like he's getting the cut, but it's actually the centipede that takes the hit for him, but he still feels all the pain. And then you swing one more time, and he just sort of sidesteps out of the way, still trying to maintain hold on Melly. Ember, you're up. What do you do?
All right, how many dudes are close to me right now?
Well, there are currently 2 targets and a lot of sick people.
Okay, hold on one second. I have an idea. If I were to cast Healing Word, would it help any of the sick people?
You won't know until you try.
I would really like to try just in case.
All right, cool. So there's a bunch of patrons. Do you just pick a random one and see what happens?
What I was just gonna, because it like has a 60-foot range,
Mm-hmm.
so I was just gonna like strum a little song and sing out because it's Healing Word, isn't it? Just my voice that heals people.
So Healing Word is just a ranged healing spell. You still have to target someone to be the target
Okay,
of your
I'm
healing.
just gonna pick a random sick, like the closest sick person to me.
Cool. All right, so there's a guy who's hacking a lung right next to you right now, and you cast healing word on him. As you do so, instead of this healing magic sort of receding the blood loss or whatever, it causes the ichor from his mouth and his eyes to sputter further out. Like there's more coming out.
Oh, terrific. So it did the opposite of what I wanted.
Correct.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Okay, well, I'm gonna put away my lyre here, and I am going to. I can't cast another spell yet because I just did.
Well, you can cast
So,
so if it's a bonus action and a cantrip, you can.
um, for my bonus action, I will cast this. Well, I did it for my first action. I mean, it does count. Yes. Okay, well then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick one of the two targets, whichever one is closest to me,
That would be cultist B that I labeled him as.
and I'm going to cast something I haven't cast before.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's terrifying.
I am going to cast Stinking Cloud.
Oh no!
Uh,
Oh no! That's a bad idea.
okay. I'm not gonna say no. Go for it. Okay.
Well, I'm afraid to cast Cloud of Daggers.
Stinking Cloud has
Cloud
a
of
very
Daggers is
similar effect.
less than Stinking Cloud.
I'm gonna just pull up Stinking Cloud real fast. That way I remember the effects.
Wait, maybe I should pick one specific thing and not something that can affect a whole room full of people.
Yeah, Stinking Cloud's got a wide radius too, which will be funny.
Yeah, it's got a 60-foot range.
Oh, that's
everyone.
That's just
Oh, not
everyone.
60,
No,
90.
no, it's a
It's
90-foot
90 feet.
range that covers a 20-foot sphere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
Yeah, that'll hurt
that's
everyone, won't
That's
it?
basically
still a lot of the
everyone.
room.
Yeah, this is that covers a fourth of the room.
Okay, I won't do that yet then. If things get really dire, I'll do that to break up the chaos. But, oh,
Just-
I don't want to use that yet.
That's so funny. People
Okay, well, I'm
people are
just going to get out a weapon.
Okay, that's fine. You still have a bonus. Oh wait, was it a bonus action to cast a healing word?
Yeah,
Yep.
healing word's a bonus action.
Oh, okay, then yeah, you still had an action.
Okay, well, I'm going to get out my warhammer and I'm going to swing it at this guy.
Go for it. Roll to see if you hit. That's so funny. I love that that was the first. It's like, I'm gonna cast Stinking Cloud. Yes, go for it, honey. Girl boss that shit.
I got a 12.
12. As this guy is sort of reeling from the pommel strike that Squorb gave him, you come over and he sees your hammer and he just he moves his hips out of the way as you swing to the side, thus whiffing your strike.
Damn it!
You all know what that looks like, right? Where like somebody like juts their butt out of the way, like way out here, and like they're yeah, he did that motion. He's like, oh shit.
Is anybody in the party in dire need right now? Or is everybody good so far?
So nobody's taken damage except for
yeah, everybody's
Squirb
fine
and
right
Melly, but they've taken minor damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still good.
Okay, alright, well then let's move.
All right, so Cultist B gets his turn, and then Melly is on deck. So
Yeah.
Cultist B is going after dodging that attack. He goes, okay. He's just like, whoa, shit. And he is going
Oh, I
to.
didn't sign up for this, man.
Yeah, like fuck. And he just shouts, "Wake up!" as he's trying to like compel his companion to wake up. But he's going to grab one of the patrons and he's going to toss them at Ember. Ember, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. I got a 3.
I'm sorry. So
Do
you'll be
you want to
taking-
re-roll it with an inspiration?
Do we have one?
You have
We've
3
got
points
3.
left in the group.
Can I use an inspiration to re-roll that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sick.
Oh, I don't know why I move it when I can literally just do this.
That's a 14.
Okay. So you'll be taking half damage. But as this patron who's coughing black ichor from his mouth and is bleeding ichor from his eyes, you dodge out of the way, and you notice that his body begins to embiggen, like like it's beginning to bloat, and it gets to the point where this thing is about to explode. So, the reason why I made you roll a dexterity saving throw is because he just threw an exploding corpse at you. So you'll be taking half damage. So you will be taking. Oh, that's not too bad. That could have been. Hold on, let me double check the stats on this body.
Oh, also, Ember, I think you were clicking the wrong thing. You should have a +4 to your dex saving throw. So
Yeah, you were clicking checks, not dexterity saving
Oh,
throws.
yep. Oops, sorry.
you're fine.
But
My
still,
bad.
14 is good enough. Let me check the corpse body here, and yep. Okay, cool. So
I forgot to check the saving throws box. I just saw words of dexterity and I hit it.
Okay.
I saw
You're all right.
words. No, that's how I feel too. I see words and they work.
Exactly.
Sometimes they don't, but for the most part, words work. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna need a bit more dice here than I remembered.
Oh, that's not good.
I wasn't expecting this encounter. Okay. Like, nobody expects to sit there and be like, ah, yes, we're going to get this encounter, but I have it in the wings just in case. I didn't expect Squirb to kind of, go Punisher mode on people today.
Look, man, you said Golion. That's a trigger word for Squarb. He's got flashbacks of Selena getting like taken over by that sword, and it is not good for him.
I know, but even then, I was like, man,
Hey, Scorb, how do we feel about collateral damage?
Are you actually asking?
Yes.
Ah, shit. So the player really wants to say, "Don't worry about it," but Squarb the cop would not do that. He instead
Okay.
says, "Try to keep it to a minimum."
Gotcha. All
that's
right.
funny. All right, so. Oh, okay, that's way worse.
Oh.
Okay, but she's taking half the damage, so that's actually better for her than expected. And then we'll just take these. Whoopsie. Ah, I just punched my desk. Okay, that's actually... Oh, never mind. I saw the other 2 dice. Never mind. That's way worse. Okay, so that is 16 divided by half is 8. You take 8. You take 8 bludgeoning damage as viscera and body parts are flying at you. And then, because you were still in the blast radius, you will also be taking... Wait, you're resistant to poison, yes? Just naturally?
Yes.
I gotta stop throwing poison stuff at you people. Or more. I'll figure it out. So because you're resistant to poison, you'll be taking half the poison damage. You'll be taking 9 divided by 2. I round down to 5. Yeah, 5. You'll be taking 5 poison damage. That is rounded down already, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with advantage, I believe, because I think your specific subspecies of dwarf has advantage. I think. Double check that for me before I give you that.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Yeah, it says on her saving throws.
Perfect. Roll with advantage on Constitution saving throws against the poison.
I did. I got a 19.
You save. You are not under the poisoned condition,
Which is good.
which is
Really,
always
it's
good.
just a whole group of people who just don't take poison damage.
Well, I have one person
Look,
who
I'm just
deals
lucky.
poison damage, and then the rest, and then we have Scorb who isn't resistant. He's just really good.
He can make his
I-
con saves.
And I just had a foresight to grab a ring.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay. then since he did that, he's going to
I'm
use
getting
his,
some Evil Dead flashbacks with that exploding corpse thing, though.
then he's going to take his extra action and he's going to try to swing at you with reach because he's now 10 feet away from you, Ember. He's going to go ahead and swing at you. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 12.
12. That is, I just matched you. I swear to God, I'm doing really well tonight. I just matched your armor class. So you will be taking. Oh, okay, that's a lot better than I was hoping for, but not great. You'll be taking 6 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw?
Yes, indeed.
That's a
Ooh.
3.
You are now grappled. And
Oh
Hey,
boy.
welcome to the club. It
Yep.
just means you can't move.
and you'll be taking 2 points of poison damage and roll another constitution saving throw.
Well, that's
Oh,
a
with
5
advantage.
plus.
With,
With advantage.
with
with
advantage, because
advantage?
it is a poison check,
That's
yes.
right. That's right. Okay. And now it's a 10.
That means you are poisoned.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So go ahead and add the poisoned condition onto your character sheet. It's under conditions. You can just do that at the top right. And so yeah, you suffer all those effects. You're grappled as well. And as soon as the poison seeps into your system, Ember, you begin to hack and wheeze, and you notice that you are also spitting up ichor.
Help.
Melly, it's your turn. You are currently grappled. What would you like to do? With Violet on deck.
I would first like to rage, and that person who's grappling me needs to make a dex saving throw of 15.
He rolled a 15 on the die, so he'll only be taking half.
Oh, all right. Yep.
But that's still lightning coming his way.
Yep.
Always impressive.
3 round, half of 3, I guess 1 damage.
Yeah, that would be rounded down to 1 damage. Okay, cool.
And then I would like to break out of the grapple.
Go ahead and make a strength check. Then I will make it contested.
Should
Remember,
I
you
use
get
that
advantage.
athletics?
Well, yes, you have advantage. Because remember, you're raging. You have advantage on strength checks.
Right.
Oh, fuck me. That's not going to work for him. Unless she rolls really well.
23.
Nah, you break free, dude. It's clean.
And is that my action?
To do ooh, that's a solid
to break
question.
out.
I think breaking grapple is a move action.
I believe it counts as your movement, yes.
Okay.
But I'm going to flavor it saying it's going to be costing you half your movement until I can find the official ruling on it.
Okay, that works. I still have 20 feet then.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to run up to this dude. Actually, I'm going to run up to the one who attacked Ember.
Okay, cool. So if you want to take the most direct route, this guy will get an attack of opportunity on you. Otherwise, you can skirt around. You have more than enough movement to reach up.
I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay, cool. So he's going to whiff is what he's going to do. You're good. Damn.
All right, and then first attack is going to be 19 to hit.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
So 1d10 plus 6 for 11 damage, and then 2d6 lightning.
Yeah.
And that's an additional 7, so 18 damage total for the first attack.
Okay, he needs to make a grapple check to maintain. Okay. Ember, go ahead and make a strength saving throw. Or no, it's a strength check to try to break free because he is taking damage, which is causing him a bit of trouble.
8.
8 does not beat his grapple. You are still grappled.
Damn.
Oh, sorry. That was 20 damage. I forgot to add the additional 2 for the strength.
It's
For the
fine. I had
raging.
to. It was a contested grapple check against him, so
Yeah. All right, and then I will attack again
okay, go for it.
because I have an extra attack now.
Yes, you do.
18 to hit.
That will also hit. Go ahead and roll for your damage.
15 on the D10 for the D10, and then
I see.
additional so 17 plus 7 is 24 damage.
Wow. Yeah, that 17 plus how much?
17 plus 7.
Yes, 24 damage. Okay.
Is he still up?
I have to roll to see if he still has grapple. And then Ember, go ahead and make another strength check to see if you can break his grapple. He got a lower number this time, so it might be easier.
10.
Nope. He's still up, surprisingly. Yes. He's quite resilient, but he is slowly losing his grip because I just rolled like 3 less than the previous number.
Cool. I'm going to action surge.
Right. I forgot you're half fighter.
And I'm going to swing again.
Alrighty then.
Nat 20 for 29 to hit.
Let's crunch those numbers. What you got?
All right. I can just switch it to flat roll. Thank God. So that's 16 damage right off the bat, plus another 5.
Okay.
So that's 21.
21 right there.
And then the 2d6 is another 8. So 29 damage.
How do you want to do this?
It's just out of frustration from seeing one being grappled by a giant bug and then also seeing Ember starting to cough up things. She figures she needs to end this quickly, so it's like 1, 2 to the back and then just a double-handed pommel strike to the back of the head to knock it out.
Oh, so it's just non-lethal?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And just to see if just knocking it out will stop the effect on Ember.
okay, cool. So as you just do one heavy pommel strike after the other to knock this guy out, he does collapse onto the ground. His grip is loosened. Ember is free, but you notice that she's still bleeding ichor from her mouth and from her eyes. Is that all Melly can do this turn?
I mean, she has one more attack. She could end this person.
This is up to you.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. You know what? We only need one alive.
The mentality.
I want to see if this ends it.
Holy shit.
All right, well,
So
it's an automatic critical because they're incapacitated.
it's dead.
So
It's
just
dead. Not even gonna bother.
yeah, so so he's already out of the combat. Yeah, so you just take your sword and you just stab, and
Yep.
then electricity courses through the body to just fry him from the inside. Fair enough. As soon as you see his corpse being fried, you still notice that Ember's still under the effects of this ichor.
I'm gonna point my sword at the other person and try to use intimidation strength to say stop this now.
Okay, well he's in the midst of combat with Scorb, so
Okay, that's fair.
it's just like it's kind of hard to do battle taunts whilst in the midst of combat. But Violet, you're up next.
How many are left here?
There is one cultist left. He's currently in a fight against Scorb. He's about
Right.
he's about I'd say 20 feet away from you, and then there's a bunch of sick people around you, including Ember now. And as you saw, they can explode.
Interesting. Hmm.
And killing them does not stop it.
I'm not sure what I can do here. Actually,
Also, just a heads up: to break free from a grapple, it takes an action to do because you are doing a skill check.
Okay, well, now we know in the future.
Yeah, but for now, it was too cool. We're gonna let it happen.
Okay.
But in the future, we know.
Yep.
Hmm. There's one more left, but we want to keep him alive, right?
I mean, you have an unconscious dude at your feet where Scorb left him, but yes.
He's unconscious.
Yes, the Scorb knocked him out in an alleyway and then brought him here, and so he's
Right.
unconscious. But you have that guy, and then you have another guy that Scorb is fighting. Otherwise, you have a fried corpse and like 10 feet away from you. Still pretty funny in my book.
Okay.
I might try, if
Um,
you're not sure what to do, searching the guy that just got downed for like an antidote or something.
Oh yeah, that might be good. Sure, I'll do that.
Sure. Roll an investigation.
9.
9. As you begin to pat him down, search through his robes and all that nature, you notice that there are no vials or anything. They just seem to have like a small coin pouch that has some coins in it.
I'll take that.
Cool. Go ahead and add 7 coins to your or 7 gold to your inventory.
Awesome. That'll add to my 600 gold.
Yeah.
Listen, every gold coin counts.
Listen,
that's
when
why I take every gold coin off of every enemy.
Listen, when in doubt, loot the corpse. You'll find something.
Did that take my action?
I'm not gonna take your action off of that. That seems a little silly.
Well, am I close enough now to attack the guy that's still standing then?
I mean, with a spell, certainly. In melee, no. You'd have to move another 10 feet over.
I might as well. I like melee.
Fuck it.
I'm not gonna add anything to this attack though. This is just a straight attack.
You have advantage because Scorb is flanking.
Oh, awesome. That creates a 21 to hit.
Which will obviously hit. Your rogue sneak attack activates as well because you had advantage.
Yep.
Go ahead
That's
and add that.
7 base damage plus 5 sneak attack damage for
Wow. That's 12.
a total of 12 extra damage here.
Alrighty. So yeah, just like you're using your which weapon?
My longsword.
Your longsword. So yeah, you just kind of
Certain death.
you use slashing or poking.
Slashing.
Wonderful. So yeah, just one quick like 1-2 slash to his back, catches him off guard. You notice that when you cut through his robe, you see the tattoos of the centipedes begin to like crawl around him to kind of protect him as best it can, but you just caught him off guard. So, is there anything else you would like to do, Violet?
I'm in melee of him now, so
Correct.
I'm gonna disengage to get out of melee of him. My bonus action.
Yes, you have cunning actions. So you have bonus action
Yes.
disengage. Fuck. I love that. I love that for you.
Rogue moment.
I love that for you so much. Oh, yeah, so you just disengage out, so that way you do not have to worry about engaging with him in combat. All right, so
Yeah.
if that's all you're going to do, top of the round, it is the environment's turn. And you, Melly, you start to see. Actually, everybody will see this. You start to see these people. They begin hacking and wheezing and just slowly like reaching out as their bodies begin to bloat, and they in turn slowly become explosives. I need everyone to roll dexterity saving throws now.
Oh boy. Do I get advantage on this because I can see it?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Do I?
Do you have the rogue evasion?
I do not yet.
There
that
it
is
is.
like 6th level.
Oof. Yeah. So you won't be able to take the half damage with evasion. Do you have anything in your warlock that allows you to take half? That allows you to take advantage for AOE explosions?
I don't think so.
Then no.
Okay. What was I gonna say though? I do have my my mask on.
That is for a different thing. It will give
Awesome.
you, it'll help you with the poison damage, not with the explosion.
That is an 18 on my dex.
Okay, so 18.
I
Melly,
got a 14.
14. Ember,
19.
19, and Squorb.
Sorry, I'm on push to talk. I didn't realize. It's 22.
22. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. So everybody passes. So they're going to
Oh,
only
thank
take
God.
half of the. So they're only going to take half of the explosion.
Oh, and I only take half of that, don't I?
Yes, because of your barbarian feature.
Raging?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So,
'Cause-
wow, that was as close to the highest possible damage I could have rolled.
Oh,
I was off by a single number. So that is going to be, but reduced by half. So that is going to be 17 reduced to half would put that at about 8. Yeah, I'm going to round down to 8. So 8 bludgeoning damage, and then 4 for Millennia, because she's raging. And
Woo.
then now you would get advantage on the poison for this Violet, but everybody else will still be taking the poison damage as normal unless they have resistance. But they'll be taking, for those who have resistance to poison damage, they will take half damage.
Is this inhaled poison?
No, this is a contact poison.
Okay.
Does the
I
mask only
do
provide
still
you...
have. I do just have innate advantage against being poisoned from being a
Right.
reborn.
Okay.
So
Okay, so then, so yeah, it's not an inhaled poison. It's a contact poison. So in which case, yeah. Wow. Okay, this one I did roll the maximum damage on. Who has resistance to poison?
I do.
I do.
I do.
Sorry, Scorp. If it makes you feel better, I'm pretty sure Visper also doesn't have resistance to poison. But she's sleeping.
She shouldn't.
She shouldn't. Yeah. So okay. So it's 12.
But we've got the poison squad.
Yeah, it's 12 poison damage, reduced to half for those who are resistant to poison, and then I need everybody to make everybody except for Ember to make a Constitution saving throw.
And that's with advantage because it's the poison, right?
For you, yes.
Great. That is an 11.
Okay.
That's 16.
Okay. And Scorb.
16.
Okay. So, then, surprisingly, the poisoner is the one who got poisoned. But the other two are not poisoned. So yeah.
Damn.
Violet, you are under the poisoned condition right now, and then as odd as it's going to sound, you start to bleed black ichor from your mouth and your eyes, and you begin to cough and wheeze.
Do I need to make a wisdom save, by the way?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Oof, I should work on some basic antidotes.
That's a 10.
So the thing is, you had to roll half the total damage because the total damage was higher than 10.
Oh,
So
boy. Here we go.
roll me that D8, baby. We're gonna see what mental state your battle junkie's on.
Oh, that's a 4.
Okay. So this isn't too bad. You get survival instinct. Your body goes into a heightened state of awareness. Your movement speed is increased by 10 feet, and you can take the disengage action as a bonus action.
Ooh, nice.
So looks like your just survival instinct kicked in.
Okay.
Yeah, the closer you are to the center, so 4 and 5, or it's like 4 through 6 are like the mid ground ones. Everything beyond that is going to get rougher and rougher. So there you go. You now have that as so you have you have survival instinct triggered.
Nice.
Alrighty. So only about like 5 of the corpses exploded. There's still a bunch more here in the room, but going to the top of the round, it's going to be the cultist who has a lockdown mark and an unwavering mark on him. And since the only target around him is in fact Scorb, he's going to go ahead and strike for Scorb. Scorb, what is your armor class one more time?
19.
Oof, that's a failure on his first strike. He's going to go ahead for a second one. That's a failure on his second attack. You see, he's got like this weird like boxer stance, but he's swinging haymakers, and because he's swinging these haymakers, his centipede appendages are kind of extending farther than they have to, giving you way more time than you need to just duck and weave and reset your form. That's going to go up to Scorb with Ember on deck.
Cool. Squarb's going to gesture to his dead compatriot, the dead guy with Locke, and at the top of his lungs shout, "You will stop this now!" And I'd like to take an intimidation to get him to do what I want.
Go ahead, roll for intimidation.
That is a
Good.
20.
20. Okay, let's see here.
I was going to argue for advantage on that because it was burned to a crisp.
While incapacitated.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll give it to you. Let's see if you get a nat 20. Let's see how high you can really roll.
23 this time.
Yeah.
Higher. Okay, cool. I'm going to. You know what? Fuck it. I will burn this inspiration. Here, you guys can take this back. So, because that one should be in line. Yep, perfect. It matches. Cool. So you can be in line with that. I'm gonna roll here. So it's 23.
Yeah.
He looks over to his dead compatriot, and you can see he still has his hood over. He still has his hood on, but like you can see the centipedes are crawling all over him, and then he begins to chuckle, and he goes, "Destruction can't be stopped, bird. It is a part of life, as all things."
If I can see that he's not gonna stop, I'm not gonna let him monologue. I'm just swinging.
Go for it.
First attack's a crit?
Oh,
Go ahead
God.
and roll for damage.
Cool. 1 second. Remind me how crunchy crits works. I need to roll without, so I need to roll it as normal.
So take the maximum damage of your weapon
Okay.
and
So
add that on
that's-
top of your roll.
Okay. So that is going to be 22 points of damage, and he now needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, he does. That is a fail.
Cool. He is now completely immobilized.
Wonderful.
And can I give him one more chance?
Just to reiterate, the lockdown paralyzes the target?
No, it immobilizes. Specifically, let's see. The creature is restrained.
Gotcha. So yes, he can still speak.
Yeah.
You see him smiling still, and he goes, "It can't be stopped once it's started."
I'm gonna go ahead and take my second attack. Disappointing. That is a 17 to hit.
That will hit. Well, he's restrained. You have advantage, remember.
Oh, hang on.
See if you
I
get
could
a
have.
crit.
Yeah, I might have. I did not.
It's fine.
So damage was 7, and then I don't think anything else special happens if I hit him again while he's locked down.
No, not to my understanding. But your unwavering mark, does that not trigger an additional effect for you, or is that only if he strikes at somebody else?
Let me double check. So it's only if he attempts to hit somebody else. Specifically, he has to damage somebody else. Wait,
Okay.
let me reread this. Within 5 feet, marked has disadvantage on any attack roll that doesn't target me. If it deals damage, then I can make a special melee attack against it with a bonus action with +4 damage.
Interesting. Okay.
So he has to hurt somebody else.
Ah, I see. Well, that's entertaining. Well, he can't hurt anybody else because he's restrained now due to the lockdown feature.
Yep. That is all of Squarb's actions this turn, I think.
That was
Yeah.
2 attack actions.
2 attack, a bonus for attempting to convince him to do his thing.
Yep. So I believe yes, that is everything.
Yep.
Ember, you're up with Melly on deck. Ember, at the beginning of your turn, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Is that with advantage or?
Yes, it is still poison. So yeah, with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting that part. Okay. $17.
That succeeds. So
Yay.
as you continue to cough and wheeze and hack up this black ichor from your body, you take a moment to catch your breath, and it feels as though that your body is adjusting to this poison that seeped into your body, and you are able to resist the effects just temporarily. You are not removed of poison, but you don't take any additional damage this turn. And you have the whole
Okay.
turn to yourself.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I already know the healing word isn't going to do anything. If I were to cast Zone of Truth on one of the cult members, would they have to tell me like what this poison is made of and if there's an antidote?
Read over Zone of Truth. It should just be an area of effect.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Well, that's
Casting
the
time 1 action, duration 10 minutes.
okay. So let me just pull it up here. It has a 15-foot sphere. So when you're looking at it, that number in the parentheses with the shape, that tells you the range at which it's like affecting an area. The first number is how far you can cast the spell out.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 15-foot sphere. So yeah, you could reasonably ask these questions, and the thing is that they aren't compelled to like they are compelled to tell the truth. Like they can't willingly tell a lie. That's the thing. They can't tell a deliberate lie, but they can provide you with half truths.
Well, it was a good idea, I guess. But I don't. This is I'm gonna have to just swing at things with my weapons for now.
So there's a single cultist left, and
Yeah.
everybody else is basically a bystander that's under the effects of this explosive poison.
Should we just like? I feel like because I am a sick person, if I get any more like get hit with another exploding corpse, I'm gonna like it's just gonna get worse for me, and I don't know if there's like a time limit on how long I can survive this for. So would it be smart to just like dive out of the way of the other people and like hide somewhere?
Well, let me ask you this: how many like are you at or below 50% of your hit points?
No.
Then yeah, then okay, that's just for me, so that way I can keep track of that. And then for you, to answer your question, I technically can't answer that question. That's more of a group thing. Like, what does the group want to do in this instance? Because they still have one cultist that they're fighting, and there
And two of
is
us have been poisoned.
yes.
And the bodies explode after a while. That's the concern. So would fighting back even be like worth it for the two people who are poisoned, or should we try and dive out of the way so that we don't get hit again?
Uh, I think minimizing the amount of damage you guys take is the priority.
That's probably wise, yeah.
Okay, so what are we doing?
That's the question. Um, I think I am going to like dive back behind the bar and I don't think Is there anything back like behind the bar? Is there anything in the area in the vicinity that I might be able to like magically identify as a potential antidote or treatment for this poison? Because I have an identification, I have identify spell, and I also have like is there the like it was this poison imbibed because I might be able to figure out something based on my skill set,
Okay.
like with
I'm-
like my brewer supplies and
Okay,
stuff.
this poison, this was a venom. It was injected into you when you got bitten by the centipede arm by the cultist that just got fried.
Okay,
So,
that's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure.
yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so I'm gonna dive back behind the bar, and since this is like some sort of crazy bug bite thing, I'm going to assume there's nothing around here that might be an antidote, and I'm going to hide for now. Like,
Okay.
I feel like I'd probably be safest to hide since bodies are exploding and I don't know if mine is going to, and I would prefer not to take out any of my party members with me in case that happens.
That'd be a really shitty way to go as a player.
Wouldn't it? Not only do you die, but you kill like 2 other people in your party. That'd be sucky.
Be wild.
And I'm afraid I could explode.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so yeah, easily enough. Your movement speed is far enough. It's far enough where you can easily duck behind the bar. The majority of the people here have been infected, so it's like a really weird zombie apocalypse scenario. Like you guys are surrounded by effectively zombies, but they're all just like trying to figure out how to stop this from happening, and then they just explode if they don't get the help they need. It's quite funny. Meanwhile, you're fighting scientists. So yeah, so it's up to you. So yeah, so that's if that's gonna be your turn. You still have an action and a bonus action you can use if you would like. Like all your class features and
Well,
everything are still functioning for you. It's just you are under threat of exploding.
exactly. So, is there any like I before I dive back behind the bar and get out of the way from all this, since I still have an action, how close am I to the one cultist that's left?
You're about 10 feet out.
I want to cast polymorph on him.
What do you turn him into?
I want to turn him into a chicken.
What's your spell save DC?
Let me check.
Should be like what, 16?
I believe so, yes.
Just double check it for me. I need a confirmation.
Attack save wisdom 13
No.
is what the spell says.
Your
Well,
your
mine.
spell save is a 13.
No, not. Well, I clicked on what the spell says. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to D&D Beyond
No,
sometimes.
it's okay. It's okay. Here, let me help you out. So I'm gonna go into your character, right?
Okay.
Okay. So here's what you're gonna do. Go to spells on your character sheet.
Uh-huh.
Do you see
Yeah.
at the top where it says modifier, spell attack, save DC?
Save DC is 13.
Okay. We need to bump that number up eventually. Is what we need to do.
Okay.
So I need to beat a 13 wisdom saving throw, correct?
Uh-huh.
It's a 14 on the die, which means your polymorph does not work against him.
Damn it.
But he does feel like it's weird because like you you say some like really gaslight girl boss thing to him, and then you call him a chicken, and then and then like he tries to, and like his body sort of begins to polymorph, but his ability to resist the magic is just so potent that he just shrugs it off, but he still can't move because he's restrained by the lockdown powers of lock and key.
But is there somebody around the air? Like, is he distracted enough for somebody nearby in the party to maybe, when it's their turn, jump him or something?
Scorp has him locked down.
Okay, good.
Like Scorp is doing God's work right now.
That sounds about right.
And you still have a bonus action left.
Bonus inspiration in I want to give bardic inspiration to Scorb.
Alrighty. Scorp, you have a bardic inspiration die. I believe it's a D8 now since she's level 7.
She should be level 8.
Oh yeah, you're still you need to be level 8. We'll level
I
we'll
forgot
level
to
her up.
level up.
We'll level her up after this because right now we've got a more pressing matter, aka that she's a literal living time bomb.
Yeah.
So,
That's my concern, people.
we'll get right on that after these brief messages. Melly, it's your go with Violet on deck.
All right. I'm gonna shift.
Okay. Raging,
'Cause-
shifting, smashing, bashing,
Yep.
slashing, eating, drinking. You know.
I need
The
to roll
girlfriend
a
experience, right?
d6. That's 7, 8, temp HP.
'Cause you
AC is
need more HP.
17. It's mostly for the AC.
Oh, okay. I guess that's reasonable.
And then I'm just gonna walk up to this person and swing.
Alrighty, you get advantage because he is restrained.
Yay. Ooh, actually, first, can I do a nature check to see if like I would know of a possible solution to the poison?
Sure, I'll let you have that.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
I'm trying to justify it. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
With a shot. 15.
You know of centipede poison? Most centipedes don't have most centipedes that you've encountered, unless they're the giant centipedes from the jungles that you used to live in, do not possess enough potent poison to kill somebody, yet alone make them bloat and explode.
Okay, so this is magic bullshittery.
Correct. And this is definitely some magic bullshit.
All right, I'm just gonna do what I do best then, and
Swing a sword.
Melee, kill!
Roll
I
for
got for advantage 19.
19. Yeah, that'll hit. Roll for damage.
15 on the first die, and then another 5, so 20 damage total.
Okay. He's surprisingly still standing. He seems to be the hardiest out of the 3.
Cool, I'll attack again. For a 26 to hit.
Will hit. Go ahead and roll for your damage.
11 damage plus another 5, so 16 damage.
Okay, how would you like to do this?
Squarb, do we need him alive?
Are you on push to talk still?
Squarb kind of wrinkles his face, and like it's very clear he's wrestling with the idea.
Sword is at his neck.
I like to believe that you were sort of Damoclesing it, where you just have it above your head, all kendo style, with the one.
Oh yeah,
swing.
okay, we'll do that. Yeah.
Like I either hit him with the butt of my sword, or I drop the blade like the sword of Damocles. What do you choose?
That works.
Executioner style, that shit.
He's why all of these people around us are hurt and why so many are dead. He's forfeit his right to live.
Gotcha. Down.
Cool. So in one fell motion, just straight down, you sever this man's body in 2. His body's still frozen due to the restrained condition of the lockdown mark, and as soon as your blade cuts all the way through, the lockdown mark disappears. His body flaps, both ends drop to the ground.
Now we need to figure out how to solve this problem.
Indeed. I'm going to say that combat has ended in this instance, because you eliminated all the immediate threats. You are just surrounded by a bunch of hacking, wheezing, exploding corpses. Well, pseudo
Okay.
corpses.
I would like to use my poisoner's kit, and I would like to try to make a medicine check with it.
Certainly.
Try and figure out if there is an antidote
Yeah,
to this?
absolutely.
Like what would a kind of antidote be for this?
Yeah. So what you're looking for is an antitoxin, or
Yeah.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw just real quickly.
Advantage?
In this instance, yes.
Yeah. 16.
16.
Or
Okay.
wait, that's a 19. Sorry, that's a unnatural 20.
Okay. So you still
I
have the
thought it was a
poison.
1.
Yes, you still have the poisoned condition, but you are not going to take any continuous damage this turn.
Awesome.
So, with that in mind, yeah. So go ahead if you would like to do a medicine check for this.
So yeah,
would you-
medicine plus proficiency because of my proficiency in poisoner's kit.
Cool. So you're going to go ahead, yeah, just roll your medicine check plus your proficiency bonus because you have proficiency in medicine.
That is going to be a 22.
22. This is a new venom that was created specifically by this particular centipede. So, or at least this particular venom is infused with magic. Is the best way to put it. It is not natural. It is a fusion of. So they took like what a natural giant centipede could create, modified it with magic, and gave it this effect. There isn't a known antitoxin for you to create. You could create one, but you don't know how long these people are going to last.
Um,
And seeing as you are also under the effects of this Insar Ember, trial and error
Yeah.
seems moot.
dangerous. Ember, you don't happen to have lesser restoration, do you?
I do not believe so, no.
Okay.
No, you're right.
Okay.
Lesser restoration.
It'd be a
Nope,
second
I
level
don't.
spell.
Okay.
Dang it.
That's okay.
So it's at
I
this
like being
point.
helpful.
At this point, I'm going to ask you guys: are you still going to stay in this bar, or are you guys going to try to find some cover or something like that, or leave the bar?
I think
'Cause-
cover would be best.
Okay.
As crass as it sounds, our party is priority.
Okay. So you all can take cover behind the bar with Ember. It doesn't seem like anybody on the top floor, as far as Squarb and Ember recall, they never went to the second floor. So you can wager that the second floor is free of potential people who are infected. But you also don't truly know how this infection spreads.
Uh,
But you do know this much: everybody who wasn't affected did bolt out of the bar as soon as the fighting happened.
okay, so it's at least it's quarantined.
As far as you understand it, yes.
I think we take cover as best as we can. And then I'm gonna get on sending airing to Khasaar.
Okay.
Be like, hey, so this is where we are. Things are bad. There's a new poison.
There's a silence for a moment, and then you just hear Khasaar go, on the way," and then he just kind of like cuts the transmission. He'll arrive at least within the hour for sure. But in the meantime, what are you guys
Okay.
going to do?
Uh,
Squarb is kind of at a loss here, and is joining the rest of the party in cover.
Okay. Do you guys take cover behind the bar with Ember, or did you guys move upstairs, or what are you guys doing for cover?
You two aren't infected.
Right, we aren't infected. I think Violet and Ember should be behind the bar, and then Scorb and I be up on second floor, just to be safe.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Alrighty. So, with Violet and Ember, the two infected on the floor, you as you guys are sort of just hiding behind the bar, both of you, it's kind of weird for Violet, but both of you are breathing very heavily. You're kind of gasping for air at times. There's still ichor dripping from your lips and from your eyes, but like you're not dying in a typical sense, if that makes sense. It feels like your body is burning up, and then it's releasing this ichor every time you breathe out. Um, Go ahead. I need both of you once more to roll Constitution saving throws with advantage because you both just happen to have that as part of your biology.
Ugh. 10
10.
with advantage. Yeah.
Bummer.
14.
Okay. So Violet, you'll be taking. I love these dice. Violet, you'll be taking 8 poison damage.
Does that 8 have to 4?
Do you have resistance to poison damage?
I have resistance to poison damage.
Then you'll be taking 4 poison damage. Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
So then, what do you two do specifically? Those behind the bar. You do hear. All of you can hear this. You hear another body rupture. And you can see from above the viscera flying out, but it's not high enough. There's not enough velocity for the viscera to fly up.
All the people are already dead, right?
They're not dead, they're dying. You could still hear hacking, wheezing. People are kind of like gasping for air, asking for help. They whenever somebody like explodes, they sort of panic a little bit, and it kind of hastens the process.
Okay, so stay calm. Melody
If
is like white knuckling the banister.
I'm going to be spending time seeing if I can't make something with my poisoner's kit, make some sort of antitoxin, even if it is basic and not a full cure.
Certainly. Go ahead and roll a medicine check.
With poisoner kit?
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
Now,
Awesome.
while this
That
is
is 19.
19. Okay. You sort of scramble a bit. You know because you don't know how long you've got, but you understand at least a little bit. The more your blood is like the more pumped up your blood is, quote unquote, the more the venom has a chance to spread, and then it causes your body to bloat until it inevitably explodes. So you understand this, and you tell you tell Ember to just try to maintain a consistent heart rate, try to stay calm, and you begin to concoct an antitoxin. It's not perfect, but you think it might help a little bit. Do you take it for yourself or do you give it to Ember?
I'll take it myself.
Okay. So what I'm gonna have you do is that when you imbibe it, I'm gonna have you roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage because of your biology, and all I'm going to do is that I'm just going to change the DC.
Okay. Okay. How much of this antidote did I create?
You have enough for a single dose because
Okay.
you're still experimenting. You didn't want to burn all
Fair
your
enough.
resources.
Yeah. Um. hmm. I'm not sure what to do other than wait for Khasaar right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, did you roll your Constitution saving throw with advantage once you've imbibed the antidote, or are you holding off on imbibing
Oh.
it?
Sorry, I forgot. That is a 15.
15. Okay. You as you imbibe your antitoxin, it takes a minute, and you let your body kind of get adjusted to it. Uh, Again, it's really weird with your biology because
Mhm.
technically you're already dead. But you can feel the antitoxin sort of slowly working its way around. It doesn't feel like it's counteracting the venom in your body, but it is alleviating a lot of the tension, and it's sort of like a painkiller. You're just sort of like you just sort of
Right.
like created a painkiller that just happens to work with this venom.
Okay. While we're waiting, I'm going to create more and start passing it out to people to try and keep them calm.
Sure enough.
And I'm also going to give people the information that stay calm, breathe slow.
Okay, wonderful. So you see, so you two above see Violet kind of go into triage mode, and she begins to craft this antitoxin that's not curing them, but it's at least for the most part alleviating a lot of the painful effects for a lot of these people. And then she's keeping everybody calm, telling people to just breathe slowly. It looks like she's discovered how this venom functions. What do you two do above?
I'm going to call out to Ember and suggest playing something calming to help maintain a level of peace.
Um, I am going to. I'm not going to be able to play my pan flute right now, obviously. So I'm going to take out my lyre and I'm going to start strumming softly and humming a little, and hopefully that starts to get people to kind of relax.
Cool. Go ahead and roll a performance. I'm not gonna make you roll a disadvantage, so just roll your performance check like normal.
11.
You want to use advantage, or you want to use inspiration on that?
Yeah, I'd very much like to use inspiration on that.
Go ahead.
15.
Okay. Even in your weakened state, you rack your brain for a very simple melody to play to kind of ease everybody's tensions, and you remember a song from your youth. Uh, it was played by this gnomish woman who used a lyre just like the one you had, and it sort of eases the tension of everybody. And it's a song. It's a ballad, and it just sort of washes over this wave of calm across the group. Your music effectively has the effect of calm emotions in this instance, I will say.
Ooh, nice.
Um,
Nice.
so everybody's a lot calmer now, and a lot of people are just breathing slowly. There's still coughing, but there's a lot less of it. And because with the help of you and Violet, nobody has exploded for at least a solid 10 minutes now. And that's when Khasaar enters the room, and he sees all of this. He basically sees the equivalent of a war zone triage tent in a bar. um and he
Hey,
goes,
Khasaar.
and he's just like, "Oh my!" And he begins to scramble up the steps with a cloth over his mouth as best as he can. He has his whole sleeve over his mouth, and then he goes up to you guys. What has happened?
Cult of Golions here,
Uh, I,
or they were.
Khasaar sees this, but
Me.
what are you doing up here and not down there?
We're not infected.
Good to note. Um, what do you wish of Khasaar?
Um, well, it seems Violet's sort of figured out at least how to stop the poison from getting worse. We figured out that the calmer they are, um the
Slower
less
it.
like yeah, the slower the slower it spreads and people won't explode.
Explode?
Yeah. It's been a bad day, Khasaar.
Uh,
The best I can ask of you is to see if you can work with Violet to create a stronger antitoxin. If you are skilled, if you know somebody who's skilled.
Khasaar's Khasaar will look for someone. Yes, we are not exactly medically trained. Just a moment, yes.
Okay.
And he steps off to the side, and he begins to fiddle with his earring just to kind of like try to get somebody to contact with. Within a few moments, he comes back, and he says, "I will require your help to teleport somebody here."
Gladly.
So he hands you and Scorb a piece of chalk,
Oh,
and he and he asks you both, and he hands you both a sheet of paper with a different magic circle, and he goes, "Each of you need to draw us one of these."
On it.
All right.
Okay, so meanwhile, Khasaar is also working on one just off to the side here for you guys. Reasonably, I would normally ask for like a sleight of hand or an arcana check, but in this instance, you guys have drawn a circle before. I'm not going to have you draw one. I'm not going to have you roll to draw one. The only reason why I asked you to do it the first time is because you were under duress.
Yeah.
So unless you both believe that your characters are still under some level of duress where it could impede your ability to draw a magic circle, I, as the DM, I think you guys are calm enough where you could do this.
I think after seeing everyone calm down and nobody exploding recently, Melly's definitely like a lot calmer about this. Like, there's not much she can do aside from do this, so she's gonna do it.
Okay. What about Scorp?
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit worn out, and I zoned out a little bit. What's happening?
No, you're good. You're good. I'm saying for Scorb, is Scorb still under enough duress where he couldn't draw a magic circle?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay.
No.
Then I'm not gonna have you guys roll it.
That combat was a cold fury for Squarb. That wasn't like I'm seething and shaking in rage.
Right. So I'm giving you guys. So it's gonna take about 10 minutes for you guys to do that. In that time, I'm going to have Violet roll another medicine check to see if you can create a more potent antitoxin in this time. Because I assume that's what Violet would be doing in this instance.
24.
That's certainly a lot better than your last one.
The highest roll I can make without a crit.
Wow. Yeah. So you, once you've sort of got a general gist of how your original antitoxin works, you go, okay, well, what if I can either boost the effects or counteract what the venom is doing to us? And so you managed to draw some samples of the venom from the people that you were helping out, and you kind of were able to mix together a new concoction, a new antitoxin. And I'm going to ask again, do you give it out to somebody else first, or do you take it yourself?
I take it myself.
Okay. In this instance, go ahead and roll another Constitution saving throw with advantage because of your biology, and then again, I'm just altering the DC.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, perfect. So once again, a weird feeling for you. Your body is fighting against the venom, and it seems that you're no longer in pain. You're no longer coughing, and it looks like for the most part you're no longer bleeding this ichor through your eyes and your mouth. So it seems that you haven't found a cure because you could still definitely feel the burning of the venom through your body, but you definitely found a way to at least halt it temporarily.
Okay. Can I recruit anyone who is feeling good enough to like move to start recreating this antidote to start passing out?
Give me 1 second to get back to you on that.
Awesome.
Because that took you like the 10 minutes it took them to draw the circles.
Fair enough.
As they finish drawing the circles, Khasaar sends out this sort of inky darkness from his hands, and it begins to envelop these magic circles up above you guys. And then, just like when you guys were teleported, it kind of creates this pool of of absolute darkness in sort of like a blob of ink. And then it begins to lift up and form shapes of humanoids before the shadows slink back and return to Khasaar. And you see 3 figures. One of them is Etna. One of them is Titan. And the other one is an unknown person that you guys don't recognize. He is but you know that he is a tall, elvish man with black hair tied up in a bun. He wears a pair of spectacles, and he has these long robes that adorn his body, and he carries with him 2 things: a very large, what looks to be a tackle box, and a very large book, one in each hand. And then you see Khasaar. He's down on one knee. He's huffing and puffing, and he leans up against the banister and he goes, "Below, they need assistance below." And then Etna pulls her cigarette out of her mouth and goes, "All right, let's get to work." And that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Your reinforcements came in just in time.
Nikki, and I love you, but you suck.
That's awesome. I don't know what you mean. I've only put your guys' lives in danger every 4 episodes.
Oh, God.
Every 4 episodes. Oh my god, man.
I think you mean every episode.
Have I really?
Exactly.
Just about.
Yeah, it just takes a long time between episodes.
Oh.
I don't think we've been put in danger in every episode. There's been a lot of stuff that we've just been able to just simply handle.
Yeah, like the shopping episodes.
In the past couple episodes.
That's fair.
That I will admit to, yes. I don't mean to. You guys just do stuff and shit happens.
Yeah, no, as he mentioned earlier, man, he wasn't expecting me to just get into a fucking fisticuffs with these guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had this encounter prepared as a precaution, but by no means was it going to be this is something that they have to do. It's more like let's see what happens.
Anywho, my wife and I need to figure out dinner, so we should probably wrap soon.
No, for sure. I actually have to clean my kitchen and get ready for dinner as well.
Mm.
So, with that in mind, guys, I'm so happy that you guys are here. Next week we should all be good to go, unless anybody has any plans.
Not that I know
Nope.
of.
Cool. And then we should have our girl Lumi back here for next week as well. She should be coming back from vacation, so that's gonna work out for us as well. To have all 5 of us. She's gonna have a heyday coming back to this one. What do you mean, Ember? What do you mean, Ember and Violet are about to explode? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. They could just explode.
Oh shit! Did that incapacitated guy ever get moved out of the range of the explosions?
Oh
No.
yeah, no, he's fine. Don't worry about him. I've already
Oh,
calculated.
thank goodness!
I've already calculated for him.
Thank goodness! I was gonna be really upset.
No. It was only hitting anybody who was at Ember's height or above.
Great.
Yeah, they're kind of like bouncing betties, you know. Their corpses are like bouncing betties. They just they pop up and then explode. Some of the coolest landmines I've ever seen. But anyways, that's gonna be it from us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us again. I can't believe how much shit I keep putting you guys through. I don't mean to. Stop fucking around and finding out. How's that?
How about no?
Fair enough. How about
I will
no?
never stop goofing off.
That's fair. So yeah, we'll be here next week, hopefully, and extenuating circumstances notwithstanding. Yeah, we should be starting around again at a 1 p.m. PST, whatever that is for everybody here. until daylight saving times fucks up my time tables again.
And then we'll go back to playing at noon PST.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, guys, until then, I don't have any plans this week as far as I understand it. I kind of have Baldur's. I mean, I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate, like eventually come back to it, but I feel like I'm getting really close to beating the game. I just entered Act 3, so it's kind of a. I want to play the game all the way through by myself before I start streaming it. But but yeah, that's about it for now for me on that notion. I also still have my my homebrew subclass challenge I still need to complete. I only have 4 out of the 14. So I still got to do that. How about you guys? Do you have any plans for this week for your streams?
I'm just planning on.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Let's keep going.
No, probably not.
No?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just my usual stuff. Although I may take Friday off because it is Laser Rabbit's birthday this Saturday, and we are celebrating like mad.
Nice.
Fun.
I'm gonna be 30. Oh no.
Welcome to the club.
Join the club.
Oh god.
Yep. One of these days I'm
Hey.
just gonna blow out my back by breathing wrong.
She's graduating from the 20-something club.
Did I even do
To be
anything
part of
during
the
my 20s?
30-something gang.
Man, did I do anything during my 20s? I don't remember.
I got married.
That's something.
That's the biggest thing I did in my 20s. I got married.
I think the biggest thing I did in my 20s.
To be fair, that's actually pretty big, so
That's
you
a
know.
huge achievement. Don't undermine that.
I had a bad time in my 20s.
I think the biggest thing I
I'm
did
so
in my
sorry.
20s was becoming a VTuber. Like that's like the highlight of my 20s was becoming a VTuber. No cap.
Same.
Well, our bars are pretty low, huh, Frog?
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
It's pretty.
It really is.
Honestly, it's probably the best decision I've made in like 12 years. So, and actually, last week marked my my 2 years of being a VTuber, but I didn't celebrate. 'Cause I was so busy. Yeah. So yeah, 2 years of VTubing, and I'm still here kicking it. I'm kind of impressed with myself. But yeah. Let me shout you guys out real fast. Make sure. There we go. And then, Jerry, did you create your Twitch yet?
Yeah, I have. It's at Laser Rabbit.
Cool.
I am Laser Rabbit with a 3 instead of an E and a 1 instead of an I. I am Laser Rabbit.
Well, let's just do this real fast here. .tv / spell it out for me one more time.
LAZ
Okay.
3 R
Okay.
RABB1 T.
Got you. Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, gonna have to follow that real fast.
Yeah.
Let me just get that out of the way. There we go. She peeked her.
Same
crank
1
again.
second, just in case I wasn't already.
let me just do this one more time.
Oh, good. I already had her followed.
Cool. That's fantastic. I'll add your Twitch link into my Nightbot tonight. But until then, guys, that's gonna be it from us. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We will see you guys next week. And episode 27. Wow, we're almost at 30 of ourselves.
Holy crap.
I know, right? We've been and Violet pointed it out. Mafia, you pointed out we've almost been doing this for a year, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, barring
Holy
In
crap.
September.
by September. Wow, by September we'll be at our 1 year anniversary, and this is accounting for like all the breaks we've had to do because of vacations and things of that nature. So yeah, that's a lot though. That's crazy to think we're almost 30 episodes in. I'm so proud of us, really am. I'm proud of us every time I see you, I'm at past episode 3, okay? Like like shit, we're still going. All right, cool. Let's keep it up. All right, guys, but that's gonna be it for us for now. Remember to stay hydrated. It's still summertime for us here, so please, please, please stay hydrated as best you can. Um, Make sure that you guys are getting something good to eat. You guys are getting enough sleep, and remember that we love you. And then we'll see you again here on the island. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.